Hello, everybody. We're welcome. And hello. We are Craig and Mark, and we are Croatia and Czech Republic. How you doing, pal?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm intrigued by this one. I don't want to, build it up to be a snooze fest, but I'm intrigued to see how it goes.
I definitely am. I mean, look, I'm wearing my England top. I'm on cruise control ahead of the big game, obviously tonight, which I'll be doing on this channel as a watch along. And you will not be joining me, Craig, because I cannot have anybody that might, banter me anywhere near me when England are playing. It's sort of a term of mine. But this game tonight, I'm hoping that Croatia batter Czech Republic, because if Czech Republic can batter Scotland and Croatia batter Czech Republic, that means England are going to batter Czech Republic. But if Czech Republic turn up and they're way better than Croatia, it might be reason for concern for England against Scotland. I know it's a daft logic, but I'm hoping Croatia are better than Czech Republic.
You lost me about 3 battereds ago.
Yeah,
I was too confused. Do you know what though? I seen an interesting point on RTE earlier on. They were saying that maybe the way this third place qualification thing is going to lead to more boring games, because they know if you get a draw, you might just get there with a win.
Well, yeah, 4 points puts teams through, doesn't it? Really now, there will be teams going through in third place with 3 points. So if you get 4 points, you pretty much need. Chunky Cheese says the underrated duo that no one knew they needed: Gold and Goldbridge.
There you go. I'm liking the Goldbridge thing. I can work with that. It's better than BTEC. I'll go with Goldbridge. That works.
You actually haven't got a surname that really is notable, do you? If you think about it.
No, I use my actual one, mate. My real one. Yeah.
Well, obviously, we know why I did not use mine. Let's not go there. But if you think about it, you've got True Geordie, first name True, second name Geordie. You've got Mark Goldbridge. You've got, I'm trying to think, that's about it, really. You could be the third big name. You could be Craig Goldbridge.
We'll work. We'll go with a few names. We'll bounce a few off the wall and see what sticks. Yeah, I could be. I mean, there's Alex Goldberg as well. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of gold in there, mate. There's plenty of room for a platinum.
Yeah, there's a lot of that for that. I'm Scottish and I'm nervous, says Teddy Bear. I'm nervous for the game tonight. You should be. Scooby-Doo. I told you. They'll either be Scooby-Doo or Scrappy-Doo. Let me at him. And I think you're going to be Scrappy-Doo tonight, Scotland. Oh, look. I live by the sword, I die by the sword. I've always done that. Yeah, people will be going, you're too full of yourself. You're going to make yourself get bantered later. But I say, Craig, and I certainly having watched some of your streams, I know you're the same. You go big or you go home. And at the end of the day, if England lose, then that's football, isn't it? You take the custard pie. But I'm going in confident for that one.
I've basically built a career, mate, off bantering United 6-1 and us getting battered.
I thought you were going to say you basically built a career off copying me badly, but fair play, you actually didn't.
No, I did it by copying you well. You missed a bit. I mean, as we said earlier on before we started, the baldometer's at 100%, mate. I mean, it's the gold standard.
Is it accurate? Okay, well, the goldometer is going to take on the boldometer today then. There you go. This is what the people wanted.
Oh,
see, again, I invented the goldometer. He copies the boldometer with the boldometer. He does better than the goldometer, so therefore it's his thing, even though it was my idea. So
just like a normal stream, just like a normal watch-along. I do it better, and therefore it's my thing. You set yourself up for that, mate. That was low-hanging fruit.
What's your favourite shampoo, says James? Well, that's a question for me, obviously. He didn't say, but obviously that's for me. And Emil Garcia.
Head and Shoulders, Mark. Obviously, shush.
Very generous of Emil. He says, hey, Mark. Not Craig, you see. Hey, Mark, I know this isn't the United stand, but your CDM video I just watched, if we had a different manager, do you think we would prioritise a CDM over everything else? And if yes, does that make Ollie incompetent in any way? It makes Ollie incompetent if he doesn't get a CDM. But let's see what happens with that. But apparently got the wrong badge for Croatia. Yes. Sack the designers. Or actually, they might do. You know what, though? If you know these designers, and I'm sure yours are the same, Craig, they've got they've got these sense of humours where sometimes they will put little Easter eggs into their graphics. And that may well be in there on purpose, but it's definitely sweet.
Connor has hidden words in our design sometimes just to wind me up.
Yeah.
So I think I've got Slovakia there as well, don't I?
God knows. Look, it could be Holland. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not good on badges. Anything. I mean, I'm not too bad on flags, but on team badges, forget about it. So it's the battle of our ages, really. This should really be this should really be trending on Twitter. It's gold versus boldometer tonight. And if you don't know what the goldometer is, because copyright, I did not it, so it could be boldometer now. Basically, what we've been doing through these games is that, and actually before the Euros, I've been doing it for a long time. Whilst watching a game, I will say percentage-wise which team is going to score next. So I might say tonight, Croatia are going to, the way the game's going, I think there's an 80% chance Croatia will score next, 20% chance Czech Republic. Craig has apparently nicked it. So therefore, we will see. We're going to go head-to-head, which actually RL says the boldometer is a lot better. So, let's see if it can stand up to the goldometer. Let's see what happens with that. Anyway, make sure you subscribe, everybody, bottom right-hand corner, and share the video. We are going to be live for this one. Obviously, England against Scotland is the big game tonight. Looking forward to that. But I am intrigued by this one. I mean, I could have swerved it. I could have just said, Craig, do it on your own. But I thought, no, I'm actually interested because we've got to play Czech Republic on Tuesday. And Schick, with what a couple of goals he got. I'm excited to see if he's a one Schick wonder or he actually has got. I nearly said the big Schick. That sounds wrong. Whether he is the real deal, because he was impressive. And having played, I don't know whether you watched England against Croatia, Craig. You probably didn't because you probably just wanted us to lose. But they don't have anything up front, Croatia. Nothing. No,
I did. I did watch the game. I was actually very impressed with how England controlled it. I thought Calvin Phillips was fantastic. Be interesting to see. I know there is a leaked team doing the rounds that has Grealish in it for tonight, but will Gareth Southgate be bold enough to play Grealish? I hope he does because I wouldn't mind watching him. But yeah, look, since Mandzukic has gone, they are a little bit wanting up front, aren't they? They've got Rebic up there, which he's not Mandzukic.
No, I do like Rebic, but they were very toothless against us. I mean, they're with people like Modric and Kovac and Brozovic, they're more than capable of grabbing hold of the midfield. But I think that they definitely do miss a front man. Whereas, and I nearly called Czech Republic Austria again. I was saying this before. I have a real problem with Czech Republic and Austria. I always think they're the same team. I always get it wrong. So I can't even remember who plays for Czech Republic other than Schick. Souček obviously plays for them as well. So they're not a bad side. I'm interested to see. I mean, as I was saying, I hope Croatia beat them because then that means that we've beaten Croatia. So that makes us better. But that logic doesn't always
as well at right back.
Yeah, he's very good. Very good. I think he put the cross in for the first goal for Schick, actually. I quite like him. Good player. Good player.
That goal had everything. There's the Schick second one. I had the keeper wrapped up in the net. It had everything you wanted from that situation, like against Scotland.
It did. Which way are you gonna go in relation to score prediction for this one?
For Croatia need the win, but I think both teams will score. So I think maybe I'm hoping for a 2-1 Croatia win because I want to keep the group interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting because then Austria would have to probably come and get a result against England next week, which would be quite nice. Czech Republic. See, I've just called them Austria again. This is going to happen a lot. I have a pretty real problem with Austria and Czech Republic, and I always have. But no, I think that they will. Croatia do need to win. I'm actually going to. What did you go? 2-1 to Croatia.
Croatia.
It's interesting. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I think. I feel that might be the one. So I'm going to go 1-1 draw. Let's have a look at the chat, see what people are saying.
By the way, you got to feel for Denmark after that performance yesterday. I thought they were immense.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game. I know you did watch along for it. I didn't watch that game, and I thought that I agree with you. I thought they were very, very unlucky because I think I think Belgium are one of the better teams in the tournament, and they really did play well for the first half, and then obviously just ran out a bit of steam in the second half, and the quality came in. Look, you got a player like Kevin De Bruyne in your team. It's gonna be hard to beat. But what I do like about that group is that if Denmark beats, who else is in that group? It's Denmark, Finland. Is it Russia? Yeah, I think if Denmark beat Russia and Belgium beat Finland, then that puts the other three teams on 3 points, so they can still get through. I think they're a good team, Denmark, and I think obviously I do feel sorry for them because I'm not taking anything away from Finland, but I don't think they would have lost that game if that Eriksson thing hadn't happened and they hadn't had to play the game so quick. But we'll never know. So hopefully Denmark will get back through.
But they missed a penalty at the end as well, didn't they, in that Finland game?
Yes, they did. Yeah. I mean, it's just horrific mentally for them to have to deal with.
I hear Wembley's in doubt, by the way, for the final.
Yeah, because the attendances are dropping, aren't they? Well, they're not dropping in the rest of the world, but apparently there is talk that Wembley may not be used for the semi-final and the final because we haven't got 100% capacity.
I think it's something else.
Going to
I think it's something else. I think it's because there's 2,500 UEFA delegates that they don't want to have to observe the COVID rules and restrictions, and they're looking for an amnesty from the government. So they're playing hardball, trying to flex their muscle.
There you go. I know they're on about having it in Budapest, aren't they? Because that's the place that Hungary played against Portugal, and it was full. Wembley half full. I mean, I don't know. What I will say is I do like having the fans in the ground. The ground. There seemed to be a lot. You know the game you did yesterday, Denmark Belgium. How many was in that? Because I don't know whether it might have just been the red seats, but it looked packed and it sounded really good. But apparently it was only 25%. But it looked like there was a lot more.
It looked more than that. I was thinking 50. It did look more than, and especially the behind the goal that they scored the last goal in. It was jam packed. Yeah, it looked more than 25, definitely.
Yeah, it did. Wembley tonight, 25%, I think, still for the because it was before the 21st of June. So, it's interesting in that sense. Right, okay. I've just put sorry, I was messing about there trying to put the tweet out, which I'd forgotten to do. Amateur Bridge. Congratulations for your daughter making it through to the trial, says Moore. Thank you very much. And Craig, did anything happen to Ronnie Whelan after what he said during the Ericsson tribute, says Andy McManus? Don't know. What did he say?
I didn't hear it live, but apparently he said something along the lines of, all right, that's gone on long enough now. Let's get back to the football. He's going to be okay. Which, look, it's not my place to speak about it. I haven't followed it on Twitter or anything, but it's not a great look. That's all I'll say. It isn't a great look. When everybody,
so last night was it, yeah?
Yeah, 10-minute mark at the game. Everyone stopped. Referee, fans unveiled the banner, applause, beautiful gesture. And apparently Ronnie Whelan said something out of turn, which it's not a great look.
It's the world we live in, though, mate, isn't it? There's always people who just want to say, let's move on. But I think anybody who saw that incident on Saturday, you know, Christian Eriksen's a very lucky boy to still be here. So if people want to stop for a bit and, you know, I mean, I remember Villa with Petrov because he wore the number 16. I think it was Petrov. He used to play for Celtic. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong.
He had leukemia.
Yeah, 16 minutes every time at Aston Villa for a long time. 16 minutes, they'd stand up and applaud. I mean, the game wouldn't stop, but they would do it.
Did you see that Eriksen's getting fitted with the same thing that Daley Blind has, which is a little yoke to restart the heart if anything happens? Yeah, I saw that. Did you watch Sweden game? Isaac is amazing, says Freddie L. I had it on. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I watched it all. I had it on, like, in and out and shake it all about. And I was like, yeah, I like Isaac anyway. I mean, he's not a surprise to me. For those people, he's a surprise to. Yeah, he's a really good player. I do like him, and I hope that's. I'm sure he will get a move this summer. It'd be interesting to see where he goes to, because there's a lack of top quality strikers out there. So, what did you think about that, Craig? Daka going to Leicester. He was a player that Liverpool were looking at, actually. Yeah. Also, Isaac is another. Isaac, Mal, and Daka are the three names that seem to be bandied about. But what I will say is, it's a very good piece of business for Leicester. I mean, another great addition. Their recruitment has been top-notch over the past few years. I'm a little bit disappointed because I genuinely believe he could have done a job at Liverpool. But again, good piece of business by Leicester. They got in early, got it done, and you got to credit their recruitment again.
It is a good bit of business, and I think that it's good that you mentioned Malen. I mean, Malen is a player that anyone's watched my FIFA streams will know I always buy him, which is FIFA. But even last night for Holland, you can see he's got that explosive pace and he makes things happen. And yeah, he's an interesting one. I think he might be. I think Dortmund might be looking at him. Because people are getting excited about him being a replacement for Sancho, but he's more of a. I suppose he could play off the wide, but he's a good player. And what was the other one? Daka, Malen, and Isaac, obviously. Yeah, it'd be interesting. All three of them good players.
17 goals for Sociedad last season.
Yeah.
Good talent. I'm not going to claim I watched much of him. His name was linked to Liverpool, so I started researching like most of us do in these scenarios. And yeah, he looks good. But, you know, it's really hard to say from our side because we keep our transfer business pretty tight these days. And when the leaks come, they're usually from the European side.
Lewis Forster says straight into him, England tonight. Scooby-Doo. Yeah, straight into him tonight. If anyone watched my preview this morning, that's basically what I'm saying. It's like, you know, this is Scotland's only chance is, you know, passion, a can of bloody iron brew. That's all they've got, you know, bit of passion. If England don't turn up, that's Scotland's only chance. I don't know whether you saw it, Craig. I watched England play against Czech Republic on, was it Monday or Tuesday? It was Monday lunchtime, wasn't it? And 2 o'clock.
You got them wrong again, mate. That was England playing against Croatia.
No, Monday 2 o'clock was Scotland against Czech Republic.
You just said England.
Did I? Okay, so Scotland against Czech Republic on Monday, and it was, I mean, Scotland just were crap. They've got nothing up front. You know,
I didn't watch it. I'll be honest, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, they're not good. But I'm not going to be so stupid as to say that Scotland have got no chance because I've seen over the years. I remember watching Liverpool Wimbledon all those years ago in the FA Cup final. Very good Liverpool side, very dodgy Wimbledon side, and they won. And Craig's thinking, why has he gone back to a Liverpool game? But
no,
you know,
I'm looking at the screen here and just seeing. I didn't see this earlier. Flares thrown on the pitch or something, was there? I missed that earlier on.
No, this is from a long time ago because it's got Mandzukic in a shirt.
Oh yeah, good show. Yeah, good show.
And Peter Cech was in goal, so it's obviously Croatia, Czech Republic from a few. Mark Clattenburg's there as well. But yeah, it's. I think Scotland are not a very good side, but they could get something. The worst thing that could happen is the only way Scotland are going to win this game is if they score first, and then they sort of sit back and defend a little bit. That's the only chance I think they've got of doing anything in this.
I think they'll come out all guns blazing from the start. I mean, a couple of things to keep an eye on for this one: possible red card, penalty in the game, perhaps. And as you said, if Scotland get the early goal, it's going to be interesting. But look, I think you guys I love the Scottish, of course I do, but I think you guys have too much talent for them. I really do. I mean, you can hurt them from many areas, and Southgate has a lot of tools at his disposal for this one. So, yeah, if Grealish starts, I'm very intrigued to watch him. I'm enjoying watching Grealish lately.
Liz says, I hope Robbo scores a belter in the first 5 minutes. I think Grealish is heaven made for England anyway, but I think in a game like this, he's absolutely perfect because they're going to be making a lot of tackles. And look, it's probably not the English way of thinking, but it would be the Portuguese way of thinking. And sometimes you've got to start thinking like this. I'd be like, we don't need to go out and win this game in the first 20 minutes. Let them huff and puff. Be the pig in the brick house and let him huff and puff. And he will never blow the house down. And then when he's tired, just go out there and beat the crap out of him with sticks. And I think that's the way about going at it. And also, if you pick Jack Grealish, draw the foul. You know, get McTominay booked, get McGinn booked. And then if they do it again, they're off. And I think Scotland might be too pumped up for it.
You're definitely on the Portugal route there now when you start talking about the getting people booked and stuff. And look, it is the dark arts, but it happens. And it's, you know, if you can isolate a fullback and get them on the yellow early doors, then...
I've seen England play loads of times. I've seen Simeone pull Beckham's hair and Beckham kicks out and gets the red card. And Simeone's like, you know, it's the dark arts, like you say. It's snake football. I've seen... what's his name? Rooney, 2006, did it as well. Kicked out on, what's his name? What was his name? The one who used to play for Chelsea. Carvalho, was it? Or something like that. And he goes down like he's bloody been castrated. You know, the thing is...
Ronaldo did it as well against you guys, then winked as he was walking off.
Well, that was the one. Ronaldo didn't get fouled, but Ronaldo sort of got involved with Rooney and, you know... But the thing is, everyone goes, this is the English way. We moan, we've been cheated. Well, it keeps happening. You know what to do? Keep your bloody discipline, keep your head and go and do it to somebody else. And, you know, I tell you what, it ain't half a good feeling when you benefit from that sort of thing. I found that out in the last World Cup when we won on penalties. I was bloody loved it. I never once went, it's harsh on Colombia. I can't believe Colombia got knocked out. Not for 1 second. Yeah, every time, all the years we get knocked out, you've got to think hard for England. No one thinks about England when they lose on penalties because you're out. You're out.
Oh, we're just wondering who's in the next Pizza Hut ad with a bag over their head. That's all we're thinking about. And do you know what? in fairness, I'm actually absolutely forgetting where I was going with this. What we talked about there, Colombia, England. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about Hendo, by the way. He gets in referees' ears, and I don't think there's enough English players that do that. Now, I'm not saying he's going to play today. Probably certainly isn't, but you need more of those type of players that are getting in the referee's ear.
Yeah, definitely. Man United versus Real Sociedad. Mark is in love with Isaac. Love from Sweden, says Jacob23. Well, he did play against us, Isaac, and if he's going to go to Liverpool, the thing I like about him is he's direct, he's strong, he's fast, and he can score a goal. Just showing the Schick goal again there. What a hit it was. Let's have a little bet amongst ourselves. I mean, there's no real money involved, but who thinks Schick's going to score? Do you think Schick will score? Viraj, I'm going to get rid of you because I'm fed up with you saying the same stupid comment. I have not had a drink today. So actually saying Goldbridge is drunk is quite offensive. And you've said it about 5 times in the last minute. So just piss off, basically. You twat. Sorry, Craig. I just get fed.
Have you ever watched one of my streams, mate?
Just like, all I can see is he's just going, Mark's drunk, Mark's drunk, Mark's drunk. Now everyone's going to say it now because that's how the chat works, and I'm fine with that.
Can't hear you, mate. You're slurring your words. You're going to have to speak quickly.
Right, you're getting kicks now. It's just going to be me. Yeah, I think that with what I was saying before, do you think Schick's going to score? That's what we're going to say.
I don't know. I mean, that would make him on 3. I'm going to go with the odds are against it, so I'll say no.
They've shown this goal about 6 times, and I enjoy watching it every time. And I love I love the goalkeeper just flying into the net. He's like a salmon being caught.
It's like me getting my headphones ready before the stream.
Yeah,
just on the floor, tangled in bits.
We're all that person. We're all that person. No, it's just a little bit of fun. It's got nothing to do with the game. We've done our score predictions. I mean, look, do we think Schick will score tonight? This evening. I think he's going to score. I do. I think he will score, yeah. I think he will. What was there something I wanted to say? Oh, we're only 9 minutes away from kickoff. It's flown by, actually. Go on then, actually, just because you won't be on the England watch-along later. What's your score prediction for that one? That's what I was going to ask.
I will be doing an England watch-along on my own channel, by the way, for the 4 people that will be over there watching it. So, yeah, I'm gonna go for... It's tough on this. I think England will win by 2, but I don't know if it'll be 3-1 or 2-0. So I'm kind of on the fence because half of me wants Scotland to score. I want them to have that moment of celebration. So I will go with the 3-1.
3-1 to England. I'm going to. Well, I can't remember what I've gone 2-0. That's what I said this morning. But I do agree with you. I think it could go. England could wipe the floor with Scotland. I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. If you want to see somebody absolutely joyful and triumphant, and it's not even Christmas, that'll be me tonight if England are winning comfortably, because I will absolutely love it. I'll love it because these passion merchants, and that's what they are. And look, I make no apologies here. If Scotland win, I will be getting absolute pelters. So for me to sit here and say if England win, I'm going to absolutely love it. I'm going to love those passion merchants crying. Get your tissues out because.
He's gone Kevin Keegan here, folks. I love it if we beat them. I love it.
But, yeah, I mean, but it's always like, football's a competitive sport. I can be happy if we win. I'll be bloody unhappy if we. I'll tell you what, Southgate better. His good job is in London. Apparently, I was watching a film the other day. I think it was called. I don't know. It's about Winston Churchill, and it was about the war. And he was in this bunker. Well, Southgate better find that bunker because if England lose, I'm coming for him. I'm going to bloody give him.
I have a little bet for you. How about this?
Give him the rant ever.
If Scotland get at him from this game, including a point, you have to have a can of Tennent's. And that's that. I know that's hurting you because I know how bad that stuff is.
I've never had a can of Tennent's. Is that as worse than? That's probably the equivalent of what we used to have down here, Special Brew.
Do you remember Dutch Gold from your time in Ireland at all? Or was that
yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much the level we're talking about.
Dutch Gold. Those are the days. I used to make me laugh because we used to go to all these house parties on a Saturday night and where. It's mad. I don't know whether it's like in your part of Ireland, but I lived in Malahide with all the rich kids. So every Saturday night, there would always be somebody's parents that were away skiing or something. So there'd always be a big house that you could go and have a party in. So you'd go down to the local offie and you get yourself 8 cans and is it a naggin or a flaggin of whiskey? Can't remember what
a naggin be the small bottle, yeah. A naggin.
Yeah.
A naggin, a shoulder and a bottle. That's the way it goes. That's the 3 levels.
Yeah, so nagging. Everyone would get a nagging of whatever spirits and a few cans. And you'd know that there'd be somebody there going, "Oh, I've had a tough week. I've been out Thursday, Friday. I'll have to get Dutch Gold." And then, the people who had the money would get Bud. Yeah, Dutch Gold was so cheap. Do they still do it?
Dutch Gold is the type of drink that, yeah. When you're drinking it, you get the hangover as you're drinking it. It's like,
basically rank beer. In Ireland, it was like the cheapest one you could get. But the funny thing is, and we're talking about beer here, which is funny because I've just had a go at someone for saying I'm drunk. Obviously, would like a beer. Amstel was very cheap as well.
It's not bad though. Amstel's not bad.
But it's on tap you go into like London or you go into Manchester or Birmingham. Amstel's on tap as a premium lager, and it always makes me laugh because that was cheap. Wasn't quite Dutch Gold, but it was quite a cheap lager that you could buy in cans. So there you go.
My dad used to buy cans of flavoured cider, Mark. The black or inside. Like you get 8 cans for $5 at one point. It was shameless stuff altogether. Anyway, folks, we best get back to the game.
There he is, Wilney. Schick does look like Wilney. He really does. There's Sushek as well. But there is a football angle here. It did go full circle because Amstel, I remember when Amstel used to sponsor the Champions League, and I always remember that from when I lived in Ireland because it used to have the little Amstel sign on the dugout, didn't it? Like make it look like a pub or something like that on the advert. So yeah, lovely stuff. Jordan Sancho to Manchester United is off due to a disagreement on the transfer fee, says Breaking Football News. Bollocks. And I can't think of what a cheap lager would be living in England. Stella, probably. Yeah, Stella. They used to call it it's a very inappropriate name, but they used to call it like wife-beating juice. But I don't know why that was, and I hope that was never true. But I must admit, I had a night on Stella once. The beer, not the girl. No. Anyway, and it did make me madder in the head than any other beer I've ever had before. I started talking some really crazy shit. I was talking about like dinosaurs and stuff. I'm like, this is lager, not whiskey. I've had blackouts with whiskey, but not lager.
I've slept in the front garden with whiskey. And my house was the main route to the train station. But what I would say is Mickey Flanagan talking about Stella, he calls it Stella Arturo. So I always think of Mickey Flanagan when somebody brings up a can of Stella.
Is that... the tweet you did an hour ago about the fighting, is that in London?
No, that's Dublin.
What are they doing?
That's what's happening because there's only outdoor drinking and dining now in Dublin, and these little scroats are going around the streets causing rows every day, and they'll go into the courts and they'll get the comes from a hard home, Your Honour. His mother was this, his father was that, didn't know any better. They get away with it because the judges don't come down on them. But the spinning kick, mate, in skinny jeans, it's next level.
Oh dear.
It's not great, is it?
No, it's not great. It's not great at all. Anyway, we're about to kick off here. We're 3 minutes away from kickoff. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And tonight you will see the best England watch-along ever because I'm doing it. It's going to be good. We're hoping to have...
plug my channel there, Mark. Jeez.
The Paddy Power fan park from London again. But I'll be honest, we had this stream in the corner, which was like a camera on a fan park, which was great for the Croatia game because it was really sunny. It's pissing it down. So it might just be an empty forecourt. But apparently they are going to put up some umbrellas and stuff. So we will have that. But
it looked great. I did see it. It looked really good.
Well, it did look really good because it had the Shard in the background. But I think what we're going to get is clouds. So anyway, Craig's gone 2-1 to Croatia. I've gone for a 1-1 draw in this. But I do think Schick will score. So yeah. What's Craig's Twitter handle?
It's just my name, @Craig Holden with a U, HOULDEN.
See, if you changed it to Craig Goldbridge, you get loads more followers, I reckon.
Check back in 2 hours, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Macclesfield Town are going to win the league, babe. Who said that? Babe. Calling me babe. Aviation.
Talking to me there when they said babe, mate. The good-looking one.
Breaking football news. I'm afraid if you do it again, you're going to... Well, I'm just going to do it, actually. Bye. He's not been blocked. He's just been put in timeout because he's talking out of his arse and he's already been... It could be a she. But, talking out their arse. Literally. We are about to kick off here. I mean, hardly any fans here for this, Craig. This is the bad side.
It's not a great look in a bowl stadium like that as well, is it?
Yeah, it's not enjoyable, that. It's in Scotland and The problem is, I think if what's causing this? That's the thing. I think it's just COVID, because I think if we were living in a non-COVID world, you'd probably get people who did want to travel. Or is it because it's not in one country? I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've just been to lovely stadiums. I thought Baku was gorgeous. I don't know if you've seen the stadium in Baku. I think that looks gorgeous. And Copenhagen's atmosphere was amazing yesterday.
This is like watching schoolboys football. You could count the fans. It's a bit depressing, actually. It is a bit depressing, the lack of fans in the ground. But look, hopefully we get a good game. A lot of these players are used to playing in empty stands.
Pitch looks all right, though.
Yeah, this is the pitch that Schick scored in, yeah.
I've been watching the Copa America. A lot of the time, it looks like they're playing the potato field.
Have they got a lot of fans there?
None. Zero.
That's crap then, isn't it? Is it all been playing in one country, or?
Yeah, it was moved around a lot. It was supposed to be Colombia, then it was Argentina, and then they ended up last minute in Brazil.
Yeah, well, they won't have any fans in, will they? They've had massive problems with the old COVID.
Oh, early free kick. What are you at time-wise for the sinking?
Sinking, I'm on 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51,
You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me today.
53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. 1 minute. How far ahead of you am I?
3 seconds.
That'll be all right.
It'll be all right, because I get the.
I like this one from Joe Grogan. I will actually pause it for you. It doesn't really make any difference to me. I'll pause it for just a few seconds. Should be about right now. Somebody just said there, I did shout his name. He said it's Harry Potter and Voldemort. I've got to say, that is the winner. That is the winner.
There's some belters, mate. Grew, Dara, O'Brien, Bates, and the White Malteser. I mean, yeah, them.
But it's he's taking the piss out of me because of my glasses as well. Harry
but
Potter
at least
and
he's making out like you're the hero in this scenario. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, take the lot. What's his thing? It's not Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. That's Sooty. It's abracadabra. No. There is something he says. Voldemort. It's getting better. Have you ever been called that before?
Yes. Yeah. I love a good troller like that. That's the type of stuff I appreciate. I love creativity.
The Milky Bar Kid. See, now I'm getting it now. Look, it's like the episode of The Office. Start on him and then come to me. But come on, Voldemort. What's Harry Potter's? What's Harry Potter's?
The creamiest milk
thing.
The whitest bar.
When he
the
does
great taste that's in Milky Bar.
Hakuna Matata.
I don't know.
Hakuna Matata. No, that's off Lion King. He's got a spell that he uses. I can't remember what it is.
Jungle Book, isn't it?
Yeah. Hakuna Matata. You've just been called a White Malteser now as well.
I said that, mate. I said that was one of the names. I was called Connor's mate actually invented that one for me. The White Malteser. There you go.
Little Britain. These are not me.
Dr. Evil.
You know what? We'll be careful because actually what will happen in 10 years' time, this will get clipped when boldism is like a proper thing. And it'll be coming up on my feed and they'll be going, cancel Goldbridge. Look at what he said about bold people 10 years ago. He's a boldist.
Leading the charge.
He's a boldist. James Babb says, I shouldn't be laughing. He says, cue ball Craig.
Always in control.
Don't know what Johnny Sins has got to do with it. Is he bold? Oh, header over the top there. Austria.
Yeah, there's another one I look like.
Sushek for Austria, straight over the bar. Czech Republic.
There's one that hasn't been mentioned yet. Alexei Sale. That's another one that I often get called. Julian Dix. That will be another one.
If I had a wand, if I had a wand and I put it in my hand like that, somebody could do the picture and then just post Harry Potter and Voldemort, and they do really well. But I haven't got anything that could be a wand. I've even lost my pen. Oh, I've got my pen.
Just do the gesture, mate. You know somebody's good enough to get that
going.
There
you go. Somebody Photoshop that into a wand, and then it can be Harry Potter and Voldemort. There you go.
There we go.
Mark, congratulations to your daughter. Thanks, Sean Deitch. And Expelliarmus. That's it. Expelliarmus.
You see what we've been getting called a lot lately, by the way? And I'm all over this. Anton Deck. I'm taking it, Mark. I'm taking it.
Anton Deck. I tell you what, Austria are all over Czech Republic here. This is worrying me a little bit because if Austria are all over...
doing all right as well.
You what?
Croatia are doing all right as well.
Have I said Austria again?
You have indeed, sir.
No, I told you, this is it's like one of them, I understand what it's like when you've got like, my mate was dyslexic at school and he couldn't spell spoon. He always used to spell it as spun, and they used to call him Spunner because, you could get away with that sort of thing back in the 90s. You can't now. It's disgusting. But he'd sit there and he'd say, I just can't spell spoon. And every time he tried to spell it, he'd spell it. I'd say, you've done it again. You've spelt it as spun. But I'm the same with Czech Republic.
If you start talking about dinosaurs, we know what you've been at, mate. We know that lad earlier on was right.
Yeah. Uncle Fester, says Jaden.
My stepfather called me that the first time he met me. My mum remarried after my dad died, and the first time he met me, he called me Uncle Fester. So that was it. That relationship soured immediately.
Have you ever had hair?
Yeah, I have a full head of hair. I genuinely do. My missus just doesn't like me with hair. She says I look scruffy. And plus, I don't look right with it, to be honest with you, mate. I don't.
Sam with the super chat says, Mark, Craig, favourite pubs, restaurants, and best watch-along commentary duo. Says Sam. Well, it's us.
Oh. Of course it's us. I mean, they don't know what's coming their way, mate, down the line. We're not, as McGregor says, mate, we ain't here to take part.
Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I've got no idea how we're doing for subscribers, but watch along for England. Yep. And good game this so far. Czech Republic have started off quite well. Croatia need a result of having lost to England. Mohammed Idris says, hey, Mark, loving the Euros. What else did he say? Anything on Sancho? United should go for Zakaria or Kamara for CDM. Have a good day. England to win 2-0. There you go. Thank you very much, Mohammed, for the super chat there. You can do that through the $ if you want.
There's a long throw out. We were only talking about them the other day.
Schick. Vin Diesel who ate too many crisps, says Sam Keevy. That's fattest and boldest.
And he looks
don't worry, Craig. I'll call it out. He
looks like a turtle as well. That's the one part. That's the most offensive part of all of that. No Pep Guardiola or Pepe Reina, by the way. I've noticed that. No complimentary bald men. Just the abuse of the Rock.
Just the rubbish ones. Not Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis when he let himself go.
Look, if it means that I was in Die Hard, I'm still taking it.
Bruce Willis if he wasn't an actor and worked at McDonald's 9 till 5.
I always thought that John Terry looked like the type of lad that if he wasn't a footballer, he'd be outside a club in Magaluf or somewhere trying to get you in. One of those lads, free shots.
Yeah, or a drug dealer or something, yeah.
I didn't want to go that far, mate. It's not my channel, but you did go where I was thinking, I won't lie.
It's almost a good show in itself. Pick a footballer. What do you think they'd be if they weren't a footballer? So we basically just said that John Terry would be selling, trying to get you into bars in Magaluf. Who'd be a banker?
Oh, that's a difficult one. On this, did I ever tell you before what Crouchy said he'd be if he wasn't a footballer?
I can't remember what he said. Yeah, what did he say?
A virgin.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We've seen his wife. At least he admits that she's only with him because he's a famous footballer. Imagine Abby Clancy in a club with all her mates. They're probably all the same as her, and they're sipping on their whatever they're sipping on. And old Crouchy, the postman, comes up doing his little robot dance. How you doing, darling? Fancy a drink?
Like your man from the in-betweeners when they go to the campsite.
F off. And then obviously he walks over doing his dance and he's done it for England and she's like, sit down, Pete. Let's have a chat. Says a lot about her more than it does him, really. Can we sync, says Bob? Yep. 8 minutes and we're just about to hit 9 minutes exactly. 9 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dangerous free kick here, Mark.
Yeah, it's a good position for a free kick. We won't have to sync later for the England game because I'll have a timer on the pitch, on the screen. Now, what would Neymar be if he wasn't a footballer?
Bullied.
I nearly said that. No, I can't. I don't think it can. I don't think I can. I don't think I can say it. See, my brain works quick. Unlike other channels, my brain does engage before you say something that might get you into big trouble. And I'm not talking about Anfield agenda.
I'm about 50-50 on that front. I won't lie to you. Here we go.
Craig is Michael Van Gerwen, says Cole Ferguson. Free kick. Oh,
here we go.
Terrible.
Oh,
what are they letting Lovren take free kicks for?
It's the world's best central defender, self-confessed nonetheless, but...
Why is Lovren taking free kicks? You got bloody Modric in your team, Kovacic in your team, Perisic in your team.
Yeah, it is a noodle scratcher for.
It's like letting the bloody cameraman shag the bird in a porn, isn't it? It's like the male porn star just walking saying, cameraman, do you fancy a go? Do your job.
Actually, since we're on the subject, that's what Neymar could be. He could be a fluffer.
That's sort of what I was going for, but when you put the words boy and lady, and you do it the other way around.
There was no, I'm not going there. I'm not going down that street. Well,
apparently that's quite popular in Brazilian certain sort of films you can get.
We haven't laughed.
There's a lot of.
We haven't laughed at Spurs yet. Another manager walking away.
A lot of lady boys. Anyway, I don't know what that's got to do with what we were talking about. YouTube John Joe Selvey. There you go, another one. Voldemort. It's Harry Potter, Expelliarmus, and Voldemort. Have you ever watched Harry Potter?
No, mate. I'm a grown-ass man.
Oh, my God. The amount of people I've spoken to since I watched Harry Potter who don't watch. But having said I came to it late, I didn't watch it until I was in my 30s. But it's brilliant. We watch it every Christmas at our house now.
I did bring my kids to Harry Potter World.
You got to watch it with your kids, yeah.
I brought Harry Potter World Universal, so that gets me out of watching the film. I always said this to you before. What's your Christmas movie?
Well, we'll go through this in a minute because Austria are on the attack. Oh. Czech Republic.
Croatia.
People are going to get really confused.
Oh, Czech Republic, you're right.
Yeah, they're in the white. Good cross. Back post. Oh, he's smacked it over the bar. Yeah, you'd watch Harry Potter with your kids. I know you like to stay up late at night, but you don't want your wife coming down to you on your own with your popcorn watching Harry Potter. She'll think, get out. Are you on a list? You can't do that. So, but no, I watched it with my kids a few years ago, and now every year we sort of do it as a build-up. We'll start in like November because there's about 1 million. There's about 25 films for Harry Potter. There's about 7 really. And that's sort of our build up to Christmas. So they're good. I like Harry Potter. It would tell you. Here we go. Someone you like, Jack Mate, Happy Hour podcast.
Don't be teasing me, Jack.
He's desperate. He's absolutely desperate. He's always there.
I'm telling you what. I'm going to kidnap him and Stevie at this point. Do you know what I mean?
If he's not begging Jack on Twitter, he's there on my DMs going, "Can you have a word with Jack? Do you get on with Jack?" I'm like, "Yeah." He messages me all the time. In fact, he messaged me about 10 minutes ago. Nudes. Can you come on the Happy Hour podcast again? Stop asking me, Jack. I've done it once. But he would. Old Craig would love that. But anyway,
call over broken glass.
This will make you watch Harry Potter. This will make you watch Harry Potter because when I was on the Happy Hour podcast, so it's a cracking podcast. You go down there, they can't do enough for you. They will drink a water.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic people.
I even sent Jack Mate over a hamper of Kyo's. No joking.
Yeah, they still didn't get you on.
No.
And anyway, I was on that. You'd have liked this as well. I was on the Happy Hour podcast and we were doing, it was almost, they did a special thing for me. It was like Christmas films. We were ranking Christmas films. You would have loved this. I even said, who'd have loved this, Craig? And we all just laughed. We all went, yeah, he would. Anyway.
After you showed them a picture, showed them who I was, of course. So they had no idea who you were talking about.
Craig off Big Brother, that Scouse one. No, way more irrelevant than that. It's just banter. I'll get in trouble again because people don't understand I'm being sarcastic. Anyway, I've got to make a point here.
You're cancelled. Forget about it.
Are you going to do an England watch along together, says George? God, no. I can't give him a chance to get me back. Never. I can't ever let him do an England watch along with me. He'd have to pay me to do that. It's like him getting on the Happy Hour podcast, actually. He's got no chance.
Is that more than I'm paying you to be allowed on here? It would be double this rate, would it?
Anyway, so we were talking about Christmas films and Harry Potter came up. Steve had seen it, I'd seen it, and Jack comes out with the line you did. Never watched it before. And we were like, you've got to watch it. It's really good. So we filmed the Happy Hour podcast in early December. Anyway, over Christmas, he's tweeting and everything. Just watching Harry Potter. I love it. I can't stop watching them.
There you go. Influencing again. I mean, what more can you do? J.K. Rowling.
You need to go and watch. I'll tell you what, don't start watching them now because it's the summer. I'll tell you what, about November time, I'll message you. I'll say, start watching the Harry Potter podcast. Harry Potter films. You'll watch them and you go, you know what? You were right. And I'll go, I know. I'll
tell you what. If I get on the Happy Hour podcast, I'll watch them. Have I ever watched Star Wars? I've seen the first one, but see, this is where there's a point to what I'm saying. Part of, and Drawdy actually said this to me yesterday, when he found out I had Asperger's, he started Googling it and reading up about it. And part of it to me is if I watch something like Star Wars, my brain just goes, that's not real. I know that's not real. That can't happen. So it just doesn't make sense to me, really.
Harry Potter's not going to work for you then.
Yeah. Probably not. My Christmas film is a bit odd, though. I thought this was everyone's. It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's the one that I watch every Christmas.
Easter.
I don't know why.
Easter at best.
I just love Gene Wilder, I suppose, but
yeah, that is better than the Johnny Depp one.
I haven't seen that.
Is he dead, Gene Wilder?
I think he did pass, but I could be wrong. I know Mel Brooks. One of them has. I'm not sure which one. Game start. Oh, here we go. No.
Can we get a... I'll Google it. He did. He died in 2016.
What an actor. What a man. What a comedian. Just everything. Just absolutely love the guy. Grew up watching his films. So many of them. See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Just love Gene Wilder. The only one I haven't seen actually is Frankenstein's Monster, or there's one he did that's a take on Frankenstein that I haven't seen that apparently is his best one.
I didn't even know he was dead. I feel a bit sad.
You're not going to start crying again, are you?
No. He died at the age of 83 from complications of Alzheimer's. Oh, right, so
83, mate. If I lived to 83, I'll be a happy dude.
Yeah, it depends how long he had Alzheimer's, though, doesn't it?
True. There was a really good program on RTE about Jack Charlton, actually. Again, it's called Finding Jack Charlton. Again, going into Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff, and very good. It was good to see him. He seen Paul McGrath, and he just pointed and said, "It's Paul McGrath. What a man! Love McGrath, by the way." There is absolutely nothing going on in this game yet.
Christian Eriksen, Fabrizio Romano just tweeted that Christian Eriksen has been discharged from hospital.
Nice news, great news.
Daka has completed paperwork as well with Leicester.
Here we go. Left side.
Oh, I tell you what, he should have scored there, Schick. That was a good cutback, and he should have scored, and he didn't. I'd say Czech Republic have just about edged this game, which is a little bit worrying because it's a bit worrying that Czech Republic have actually played better against Croatia than England did. I don't know whether I'm happy or not.
I think they're going to surprise a few people. They're certainly surprising me in this tournament so far. I mean, we all had Turkey. Well, a lot of us had Turkey as the potential surprise package, and they've been dire. But the Italians, so far, the Italians have been the ones for me that have stood out in this tournament. I can see he's mid-influencing here, people. Mid-influencing.
What's that?
You.
What's that mean?
I mean, you're on Twitter or something. You're typing something.
Yeah. Do you do that when you're on?
No, Mark, I respect my audience.
But you know what? I respect my audience because I actually do my own tweets. There's a lot of people out there that don't do them. I know footballers don't do it. I also know influencers now who are too big to do their own tweets. So they have an account and they don't do their own tweets.
How? I mean, granted, I'm not access to the Anfield Agenda account on Twitter because I'll just get that account in trouble. But I definitely do. Yeah, I mean,
that's why I stopped doing United
life.
Stand. I got took off United Stand about 2.5 years ago because I used to go on there and basically it was too opinionated. So I got basically told, don't tweet off there anymore.
Imagine
I'd basically go on there. I'd see somebody go. I mean, this is when the account had like nearly 300,000 followers, and it would be like someone would be going, "Fred's not a bad midfielder," and then I'd quote tweet and go, "He's load of shit," which is not a good look for what's meant to be an impartial Twitter account.
Yeah, but look, I like opinionated people. I like people with strong opinions that aren't afraid to go against the grain and speak up. Here we go, another chance.
Yeah, cleared away. Player of the tournament so far, lads, I reckon Alexander Isaacs is Mario Pinelli, but he's not scored a goal.
That's stretching it. Yeah, I was going to say, that's stretching it.
I think Locatelli's got a good shout. Lukaku's done well.
I think Barea has done very well for Italy as well.
Is that the winger? Yeah. Is Baraldi, is it? Or Barea?
Oh, Nicola Barea.
Barella. Yeah, Barella, that's it. Yeah. Spinazzola, the left back's been very good. I mean, not everyone's played 2 games yet, have they? Either, so you know.
I tell you what, Harry Kane. Oh, no. Double O. No.
Keeper just smacked the ball into, I think it was Rebic, and
it's gone down. Look,
it was bouncing. What's he gone down for? God.
Did you see Bale yesterday after he was the penalty nearly got the similar incident?
Yeah. I mean, it's hit him on the back as well.
Be honest, how much has Jordan been sending you Kiefer Moore stuff? Be honest.
Nothing.
He's a better man than me. That's all I'll say.
We ripped the preview's there. The preview's there. He said it on the preview, didn't we? We were talking about goal scoring. He mentioned Kiefer Moore. I didn't even know who he was. Sam says, your best 11 of Irish and English comedians to play in Soccer Aid against retired players. God, Sam, no, I don't even know. I don't watch Soccer Aid. I refuse to watch Soccer Aid because I should be on Soccer Aid. If Chunks is getting on Soccer Aid and some prat from McFly is getting on Soccer Aid, imagine the money I could raise for Soccer Aid. I mean, I fit into the perfect demographic of being half liked and half disliked. So people would watch. Your own arse as well. So people would watch for me. Half people would watch for me to do well. Half people would be waiting for me to get crunched by Carragher or something. And what had happened is Carragher would run in with his tongue out, thinking he's going to crunch me, and I'd just little dink it over the top and say, "See you later." And then that would be a meme.
You'd have to have Twitter breaks though for you to, tweet. You wouldn't be or let you have your phone yourself.
I'd be the one filming it as well. I'd be like, no one can retweet till I've done it. I want the likes. I want the retweets. You can't clip it.
It's funny because it's true.
It's funny because it's true. But no, I don't watch Soccer Aid, but I'd love to play in it. So I don't know who the comedians are. Can you wish my friend Raj a happy birthday from me? Says Haywood. Happy birthday to Raj.
Happy birthday, dude.
No, I think he wanted me to do it.
He did, but I was just chipping in to make myself feel better.
I'm joking. Hashtag Goldbridge to Soccer Aid.
Really. We know.
Mate, Jared, you'll never get me on Soccer Aid. You know why? Because I'm just not.
Don't pay a fee.
I'm not in that. I'm not in that world. Actually, what was pissing me off today? Actually, cross corner, Modric, talking about Jack, mate. I saw his Instagram story today. The thing about this is I like to be honest. Shot straight at the keeper was a P roller from Perisic. If he'd have caught hold of that, it could have been a goal. Comes to him from the edge of the box, from the short played corner. Yeah, he's got to do better there, Craig.
He has this. It's just not a great.
He's got to do better there, Craig. He's got to do better. I've got to get my Scottish accent going for tonight. Fried Mars bar and a can of ale.
Why am I seeing Kevin Bridges in my head right now?
Not good enough. Not good enough, Craig. Craig's quite a Scottish name.
I've got a funny Kevin Bridges story for you, actually.
Why are you talking Irish, Craig? Why are you talking Irish for? It's a Scottish name. Craig Johnston. Actually, he was Australian.
So, you know the way I like to try to be noticed?
Can't think of any Craigs who are Scottish.
Craig Ferguson, famous comedian. Jesus Christ, Mark. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
There's loads of them. Loads of famous Craigs. Anyway, so I went to a Kevin Bridges gig, got tickets in the front row. Delighted with myself. Knew he was a massive football fan and, of course, wanted some attention because I want attention all the time. So I wore a Barcelona shirt to the gig. So sitting in the front row, Kevin Bridges comes out, does his little bit, says hello to everyone, points at me and goes, "What's your name?" I said, "Craig," and he goes, "PE day today, Craig, is it?" Fucking, he slaughtered me, man. It was beautiful, and I was afraid for the rest of the show in case he pointed at me again.
Fair play.
Still didn't get me on the Jack May Happy Hour podcast, though.
Well, you just reminded me what we're talking about now. So we're talking about me on Soccer Aid. I won't get on Soccer Aid because I'm not, for some reason, I'm just not in those conversations. Don't know why. If a brand wanted me to retweet something or something like that, I would get way more interaction than Robbie Savage or someone like that. With all due respect to Robbie, I would. But he will get bigger gigs than me because I'm just not in them conversations. And an example of that is today. I'm on Instagram doing my little It's Coming Home video. Check it out at Goldbridge Mark on Instagram. Little story there with It's Coming Home. And I saw Jack, mate, and he had quite a funny clip where he's in a pub. He says, "I think I might be here a little bit early for the England game. It's 1 o'clock and there's no one there." Funny. I'll give him that. But he's also got one where he says, "Oh, I've just been sent a box of beer by Bud Light." And he opens it up and there's an England shirt on it. And I'm like, hold on a minute. Jack doesn't really do a lot about football. Why am I not getting a bloody a few cans of Bud Light? And I'm just like, I just realised this is why I'm not on Soccer Aid. For some reason, I'm just not in them conversations.
I'll get you there, mate. I'll get you there. I promise you. I'll get you there.
Well, you're not going to get me there because if I'm not in them conversations, you're not even in the same planet.
Mate, when that football becomes the new Soccer AM, do you know what I mean? We'll get
I'll be too old for Soccer Aid then. They'll ring me up and I'll be like, I'm in a home. I can't.
Managerial, Mark. Managerial.
I want to play. I'm running out of time. Although I have played at Old Trafford, so I can't moan.
I'll be the kit man.
Czech Republic on the attack here. Still 0-0 after 25 minutes. I've been impressed by Czech Republic. I actually think they'll give England a good game on Tuesday, but we'll have already qualified by then, so we'll be playing the B team. Henderson can play in that game.
Gets the vote for the most dull kit of the tournament for me, this white one. It's...
Yeah, you want to see dull kits, you want to have a look at England. I can see Czech Republic beating Croatia, says Kieran Hayes. I don't like the England home kit. And also, have you seen the new United kit? Oh, horrible. Horrible.
Wait and you see Liverpool's third one, mate. It looks like Ronald McDonald had a meltdown.
Ricardo's pissed already. Scotland 3, England 2. Tell you what, Ricardo, I will absolutely give you £1,000 if Scotland scores 3 goals tonight. No way. They won't score 3 goals this year in all their internationals that they've got left, but they definitely won't score England. They won't score more than 1 against England tonight.
So you're giving him half what I'm getting paid for being on here then? Interesting.
Yeah, but that's a lifetime contract. That's
True.
500. That's 500 quid for every show you ever do, and you are doing like quite a lot.
And I also have to sign up for you to represent me and take 25% of all future income as well.
Yeah.
So you're going to be broke for a long time.
Yeah. Liverpool kit is shocking, says John Marston. There's no Sancho update from Fabrizio. Don't ever. Zeke says clip it. God knows what you clip in. There's probably plenty of stuff you could clip from this first. But I've been live an hour yet.
Clip the Jackmouth bit and tag him.
Oh yeah, for Craig.
That was
like watching Saints and Greavesy.
That was an insight into your brain there. I said something and you went, no, that's not about me. I'll just move on.
Yeah.
Didn't hear my name mentioned anyway.
I'm a narcissist, apparently. I've been called a narcissist loads of times, which actually, when you Google it, is actually quite offensive. It's like watching Saint and Greavesy, says Mario. Craig, you can be Greavesy, just grow a tash. No, he was the funny one. I'm not being Saint. He's a bloody ex-Scouse player. Ian St. John, rest in peace. I never thought Greavesy'd outlive Ian St. John, actually.
That was a show. I mean, growing up, to me, they reinvented it like that. They brought it to a new level. I love that show.
Do you know what a narcissist is? It's a personality disorder.
I know exactly what a narcissist is, my man.
Mental condition in which people have it's a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. I do tick some of them, but I don't have troubled relationships. So
you're admitting you don't give a shit about other people? That's not the part of that you're pulling yourself up on?
No. I mean, well, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration. No. A lack of empathy for others. Come on. I think everyone knows that's not true. Just look at my charity work. You know how much I've raised for charity in the last 2 years, Craig?
I don't know, but you're going to tell us.
Yeah, 50,000.
That's what, 2% of your earnings?
I wish.
You know, if they start calling you a sociopath, you're all right. If they start calling you sociopath, you're in trouble.
I look forward to my charity streams. In fact, there's probably a few people in here who watch them. They're a good laugh.
It is lovely though to see the community come together like that on the charity streams, isn't it? It's one of the aspects of this I really, really like.
Yeah, we will top the group in Czech Republic second, says Kieran Hayes. Craig, do you remember me? We met at a pub in Dublin, says Hayward. Hi, Craig. Hope Mark is paying you well for this, says Tom Hutch. I'm glad somebody realises that what actually should be happening here. He should be paying me to come on this show.
Somebody said they met me at a pub in Dublin. It's very suspect because it must be 15 years since I've been in a pub in Dublin.
Wonder what went on in that pub with Hayward.
I don't know. If I was on the whiskey, it could have been anything. Oh, he's having a stretch. The old man needs to get up to stretch his back.
I do. Well, I had a bad back in my early 20s, to be honest. I mean, Croatia have got absolutely nothing up front. Even Scotland might get a draw out of this lot. 0-0.
Half an hour gone, and look, to be honest, bar that Perisic chance, there hasn't really been any.
Hey, listen to this. This is going to sit you down, and it's not even from me. It's a serious thing. David Nean says Goldie was literally showing his soft side a few days ago about a strong kid that is amazing, but Gold can be a bit of a sack. Oh, I can ruin it.
No, I seen that, to be fair, and I'm genuinely, I understood where you were coming from, mate. It's an extremely sad situation. There's no taking the piss in that. That was sincere as you could be.
I'm one of life's good guys, even if I say so myself.
You are, to be fair, you are. I mean, this industry is filled with questionable characters at times, mate. But yourself and Geordie are certainly two people that I trust, and I don't trust many people. I mean. Like yourself, you probably turn around and there's probably, we won't go into details, but let's just say we've all had knives stuck in our back at one point.
There's nothing going on at the moment. What do you think about the industry? Because you're quite new to it. I've been in it for like 5 years. How long have you been in it?
Really, the YouTube channel 3 years. I had a podcast, a tiny podcast before that. It's I don't know if I'm in the industry, to be honest with you, mate. I'm enjoying it. I really am. I mean, we got a good boost over the last year or so. We've more than doubled, and we were named the world's fastest growing YouTube channel. But yeah,
I was really looking for like a 10-second answer, not this is your life.
I was just trying to get my couple of minutes worth of speaking in before you go back talking about how great you are and the tremendous charity work you do. You'll be pulling out the trophy boxes.
I was actually leading you in to slag somebody off. That's it's a bit like when I've been on like the kickoff and the happy hour. I don't know whether I've told you I've been on the happy hour podcast with Jack Mate and Stevie. I also did
meet Lawrence once, by the way.
Yeah, he told me. A troubled soul, he described you as.
He's right.
I'm only joking. That's football is so massive now. Mark, can't believe you've gotten the Big Show to come on. Nothing like the Big Show. I'm trying to think of what wrestler he does look like. Bam Bam Bigelow. Does anyone remember him?
Giant Haystack, perhaps, or...
Oh, shit's gone down. He's bleeding. He's bleeding. We got a bleeder. Oh, I tell you what. It looks like fake blood.
It's going to be another case of the two tissues up the nose here.
Yeah, it's proper bright red. It's got a proper bright red claret there. It's proper. What's happened to him there? I don't think it's
been lovering.
Oh. He might be off because if it's not his nose, it could be Stitcher's job. Yeah, send Lovren off for that as well. Butterbean.
Natural elevation. Natural use.
Yeah. Oh, it is his nose.
Oh, refs getting
refs having a look.
Oh.
Potential penalty check.
Oh, this could liven the game up, mate. Here we go.
Yeah, never a penalty.
Sorry, Fabrizio.
It's never a penalty for me.
Oh, look, Lovren's now getting told what's happening.
He's going to the VAR. He's going to the. Well, this could be dodgy.
They usually go there, mate, for one reason. I would say on the gold baldometer here, the ref's given 80% of a penalty. On
we never did the gold versus bold, did we?
I'm gonna go for Czech Republic, mate, 100%.
Yeah, you can't do it now. That is never a penalty.
If it's a penalty, it has to be a red card.
I mean, his
or is
arms
that
are
double
blocked,
jeopardy
fair,
rule?
No, that's not a penalty. They're both jumping the same way, aren't they? They're both going for the ball. He just gets his arm.
His arm is away from his body a bit, though. I will say that. Here we go.
He's going to give it.
If he
he's giving it. Oh, he's giving it. He's giving it. He's going to give him a yellow card as well.
Yeah, I think yellow is the double jeopardy rule still a thing. They tamper with the rules so often now. They used to be like you can't get a red on a penalty.
That is never a penalty. That is never a penalty. He's jumped the same way as the striker's jumped, and just because his arm's above the striker, it's sort of knocked his hand into him as he's come down. If Schick had done it, his arm would have been in that position. I can't. That's the word. It's a shame. It's a shame for me. We'll get Craig's thought in a minute, but that's a shame for me because that would never be a penalty. Where is he? That would never be a penalty. I think it's wrong. I think Kovacic is wrong. Is right.
I think it was a natural elevation. Defenders do that. I didn't see much of a movement towards the player. That's what I would say. I think that's usually if I'm sure they'll bring in some referee that we couldn't give a shite about now in a minute to tell us why he's backing his former colleague, because they never go against them.
We see stuff like this in the Premier League every single day. But that's not a penalty to me.
Oh, Schick's taking it. Here you go. Man's on for the golden boot. Oh, look, the blood's still trickling down his face as he's taking it. Blood on the shirt as well. That shouldn't be allowed. He should be off. Change on that shirt.
Well, I did say Schick would score, and you said he wouldn't.
I also said 100% Czech Republic to score first.
Yeah, we're not having that. I said before the game, Schick would score, and everyone was like, no, he won't. And Craig was like, no, he won't. And I said, Schick will score a goal today. And
you're setting yourself up for him missing his penalty here, mate. You know that.
You know how this works, don't you? Stone Bold Steve Austin. Says Dylan.
Do you know what somebody called me once?
He has got to score actually, but I did say Schick would score.
Someone called me Stone Cold Steve Autism once.
And he scores. Lovely penalty. Because he's got. You know why I was going to score? You know why I knew he would score that penalty? Because I'd said he'd score before the game. But no, because he's left-footed. He's a left-footed lad.
I'm left-footed myself. And as a former keeper, what I would say is if you're ever taking a penalty, put the ball to the keeper.
Don't hug him. He's got blood all over him. You see how everyone's just topping him on his head? You need to sort your nose out, mate. You're bleeding.
If you're ever taking a penalty against the goalkeeper, put it to the keeper's non-kicking foot side because it's usually their worst side for diving on. Usually have a less strong side.
Why are you going to do that unless you've been paying attention? If I'm taking a penalty against you, Craig, what's your non-kicking side? Right.
Roll me the ball before the penalty.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez, I thought you were good at this shit, House and Goldbridge. Come on. That's why you're not in soccer aid, mate.
Mate, if I was taking a penalty against you, I don't need to know which weak foot you've got. I'm scoring.
You know you're missing. No, you're not.
I'll put it where you want in footballing terms.
Hello, sailor.
No, but that's not a penalty. Rabbit TKO says that's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. It's
well dispatched, though.
Soft as a butterfly's fart, as they say. But it could be 1-1. It should be 1-1. Oh, what a miss! He's a prat, Rebic. That is a prat miss.
This is where I redeem myself. I said he was no Mandzukic.
He's no Mandzukic. Timo Rebic. Let's go. I mean, he's at the. He's got it. If you're not watching, he's to the left of the goal as he runs into the penalty box. You've got to shoot across the goal. So what does Rebic do? Shoot 5 meters to the left post.
Does it ever shock you how bad at shooting some professional footballers are?
Oh, well, I'm two-footed. I've always been two-footed. I mean, I couldn't have been a pro, but I am two-footed. So it always pisses me off how many professional footballers are not two-footed. But the score will be changed in a minute, lads. Don't worry. And ladies, there you go. Told you. We didn't do the gold against bold-ometer, so we've got to do it now. I'm going to go. Well, I tell you what, it's a good. You can go first as the guest. It's a good time to do it now.
I'm going 60-40 for the second goal to beat Czech Republic again to go 2-0.
Oh, 60-40. I'm going to go. Well, it doesn't really work as a competition because if I go 50-50 and Czech Republic score, you win, don't you? That's how it works. So I've got to commit. I'm actually going to go 60-40 Croatia.
It actually doesn't matter what percentages we do either, to be honest with you. It's just basically who's going to score next. I don't need to start the gold baldometer.
Yeah, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work, actually, does it? We've just figured that one out. Timo Rebic says, Cian, foul in the box is a penalty. Yeah, but I don't want to see that.
Thanks for that. We've only been watching football getting by 45 years or so between us, but thanks for clearing that one up.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing what you learn. If you foul someone in the penalty box, it's a penalty. That's blown my mind. Let me write that one down.
Let me go onto the UEFA website to confirm that one.
Yeah. But I think that I don't feel that... Look, here it is again. Nah, it's never a penalty for me.
There was no movement of the arm towards the face.
They're both jumping the same... They're both jumping the same way. What are you doing now? And then down here. Yeah. There's never a penalty.
What's nothing doing there? You're jumping up in it.
The thing is, once the referee's made their mind up, they're never changing it.
Oh, Gail Platt's down. No, it's not Gail Platt, sorry.
Gail Platt.
What do we think in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think it's going to be Croatia that will score the next one? Do you think Czech Republic will kill the game off and go 2-0 up? Which, in all honesty, puts Croatia in a world of trouble, Mark.
Apart from the fact that they've got Scotland. But they do need to get something out of it because 3 points is dangerous.
But they could be both in that position, Scotland and Croatia. Potentially, they both need something from the game. So, interesting.
Well, if Czech Republic win this, they'd have 6 points. And if England beat Scotland, they'd have 6 points. So that would be, both Croatia and Scotland would only be playing for a third place, wouldn't they? Best two on YouTube commenting awesome, says Carl. No, see, a bit for you there, Craig.
Every bit helps. Give a little, helps a lot.
NPG says your lips look great on your latest post, Mark. Well, I haven't put any lips on my latest post.
Oh, is it weird that I went to Ladyboys again there, mate? When he said your lips look great. My head, sorry, folks. That's my brain works oddly.
Well, we know what you search for when you're staying up late at night. I hope your wife's listening.
Goldbridge nudes.
Goldbridge Ladyboy. Hopefully, there's nothing. Hopefully, that term brings nothing. Hopefully,
we'll find that out. We'll find that out.
You know what? Well, the funny thing is, somebody on this stream will have just typed it into Google.
And with the deep fakes these days, mate, I mean, you could be on Pornhub soon.
As long as I'm earning from it. If they're using my face
everywhere.
As long as it's not the real, as long as it's definitely never not going to be the real me. Craig is the wish stone. Steve Cold, Austin. Go on, Croatia. Oh.
There's a reason why I haven't got the comments open here, by the way, folks, because, Mark's reading.
Hey, I tell you what, here we go. Half time, I've got a really good topic for us. I've been looking forward to this. I do. If it's a shit game, I do half-time topics that get involved the chat. See, take notes, Craig. You could do this as well. He'll just play back later. He loves to watch himself back. That's why he stays up late at night. Just watches
projector
back.
In the back garden set up and all ready. For gonna invite the neighbours round. Let them see who I'm working with. You know what I mean? Flex a little bit. Sorry.
What are you mentioning him? What are you mentioning that name for?
I said I'm going to flex a little bit. I didn't.
He's done it again. He's done it again. Will you lads be following the British and Iron Lions versus Rugby Union, Ruben? No.
No, but I'll be buying the shirt and pretending I'm a prop.
Yeah,
I
you
do
look, a
always
little
love
bit,
the
you
shirt.
look a little bit like that former Irish player, Keith Wood.
There's another one. Yeah, just any ball, lad. Just lash it in there.
You do look like him, actually. You'd have to be a rugby fan to know that. Thanks for the super chat, Tom M. And
Their jerseys are always
Craig is
amazing.
Goldbridge from Wish. Like I've heard this a few times today. What is Wish? It's like
It's
a
one of them cheap. No, it's one of them cheap internet sites from China or something where you get the fake shirts and all that type of stuff from.
Oh, so it's an expansion on
What?
on
Let me just address this comment here from this gentleman, and I'm using the term gentleman very loosely. What you will find over time, mate, and you'll see it again when I do a watch along on my own tomorrow, is I bring energy to streams, high energy input, real interaction. So I'd like to think I'm more of a Waitrose version. Is that the right one, or Marks and Spencers, perhaps? Look, there he is again, just trying to get his knob out again, talking about Pornhub, and he's.
It is out. You just can't see it. Croatia is blocking my cock. That's how big it is. That's good. Craig Goldbridge, Dylan Sups. Thank you. He looks identical to Keith Wood, says Jack LR. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We're 3 minutes away from half-time where we're doing a really good chat, which Craig doesn't even know what it is yet. I can't really mention it either, because if I do mention it, people will start cheating in the chat and putting stuff in.
Oh, another player.
Craig looks like the Irish guy from Mock the Week. Yeah, I know who you mean.
Dara O'Brien, funny story. He grew up 3-4 miles away from me in Bray. I mean, there's only so much stuff he can host. That's all I'm saying. So,
yeah. There's been a few incidents in this game, I'll tell you that.
He's winded clearly here, I think.
Physical. Let's get physical.
That's weird. I was thinking the very same.
Please do another NFL watch along this fall, says Tom M. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. It was good. That's probably my best watch along of the year so far, the Super Bowl. Because I got
massively into NFL. I got massively into it last year. Never watched it before, but last year I sat down and watched pretty much a good chunk of the season, and I get it now. I get the fascination with it. I mean, they drag it out. Don't get me wrong, but it is good fun.
I just can't commit to watching it enough because it's a long game, isn't it?
Do you have a team?
Dallas Cowboys have always liked them, but they're not very good. Although I watched the program on Amazon. I can't remember what they call it for the American football teams, and one of them was about Dallas Cowboys. They've done loads of them, so they've probably done everybody's team by now. But oh my god, you look at the money they've got in that sport. They've got these massive complexes, and I mean, football is starting to catch up now. When I watched the Amazon Prime Spurs thing, it was quite similar setup with all the training complex and everything. But the American football ones are amazing.
And Jerry Jones has invested a lot as well into the Cowboys. Their stadium is absolutely magnificent.
Yeah. American football's difficult, though, isn't it? It's difficult to win season after season after season because of the draft.
Which makes it interesting, though.
Yeah. It does, yeah. It does.
Another free kick here in a dangerous area right before halftime.
For the Dutch.
Kovacic with the foul. Did you watch the program on UEFA referees that was on a while ago?
No.
It was a good watch just to see what they go through on a match day and what they talk about in the dressing rooms and stuff at halftime. It was an interesting one. I think it was called Inside Referees or something like that. It was a UEFA made program. So here we go. Anyway, with the free kick.
A crap free kick as well. The quality of free kicks in this tournament has been absolutely crap. Have we had a free kick scored in this tournament yet? I don't think we have.
No, I don't think so either.
We've had lots of free kicks in good areas, but I don't think we've had one that's been decent yet. If anyone wants to shout out that.
I'm getting a feeling now that we might see one tonight in the England-Scotland game.
Oh, I'd love Grealish to play. What's that song? My daughter was telling me a song earlier about Grealish and Kane. We've got Jackie Grealish. We've got Kane. We've got Jackie Grealish. We've got Kane. We've got Stones and Harry Maguire and Mountains
is
on fire
or something like that. Yeah,
something's on fire. I don't know. I can't remember what the other bit was. I need to learn it. It was what we've got: Stones, Harry Maguire. Something's on fire. I can't remember what it was.
Half time.
And fucking no Maguire. We've got Stones and we've got Maya. We've fucked off Eric Dyer. Yeah, that'll work. I'm so glad he's not in the England squad. He's absolutely crap.
He's
absolutely crap. RMC says you sung it wrong. You know me too well. I won't get it right. Anyway, I won't get it right. Anyway, at half time, because there's not a lot to talk about when it's just a penalty. Other than, did you think it was a penalty, Craig? I suppose. Did anyone actually think that was a penalty?
I don't think he moved his elbow towards his face. It didn't seem to. It looked like just a leverage jump for me. I don't think there was any intent with the elbow.
Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty at all. I can't say it was a penalty. I don't think it was a penalty. And if that had been given against, the way I always look at it is, and there was a few in the Premier League last year. There was a few dodgy red cards. I remember the City had one at Villa, never a red, and City had one a couple of weeks before where a Leeds player got sent off, never a red. So if that happened to an England player tonight, I'd be bloody fuming. Never a penalty for me. Never a penalty. Anyway, we're going to do top 5 clubs in the world as a halftime chat. A bit of a debate. I can tell Craig's getting excited.
I want to know what the criteria is. Are we talking about
the best
levels
5 clubs
on the pitch or
the best 5 clubs at the moment in the world? So
on the pitch?
On the pitch, who are the best 5 clubs in the world at the moment on the pitch? Probably have to discount yourself, Liverpool, because whilst I think they might be back there next year, I don't think you could put them in there this year. Beaten by Real Madrid, did get top 4 in the Premier League. I mean, I'm not even taking the piss. I'm not even taking the piss. I just think Liverpool.
No, I hear where you're coming from. We didn't have a great season.
They might get in. Let's see who gets in first. But I'm just saying, I just thought Liverpool probably.
But look, we got to start with Bayern Munich. Surely they've got to be in there.
Well, I think Chelsea and Man City are 2 as well.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Champions League finalists. I mean, I'm going to struggle to accept Paris Saint-Germain if anyone brings that up. By the way, well, it's interesting. This topic is a development on. We were talking yesterday about where Manchester United rank in world football. And some people say not even top 10. I said, well, they're definitely not top 5, but I probably would have them sort of around 8 or 9 because although they lost the Europa League final, they did come second in the Premier League. So that's got to mean something. But so no, United won't be in that equation. But the whole point of saying who are the top 5 clubs in the world now is because I think it's an interesting debate. I think you can put Chelsea in because they won the Champions League. You can put Man City in because they got to the Champions League final and they won the Premier League. Beyond that, who were the semi-finalists in the Champions League? Was it PSG and Real Madrid?
I mean, PSG did not win their domestic league, and that's embarrassing. So that to me is a cross against them. Semi-final in the Champions League, it makes them a contender.
And finalists the year before.
Finalists the year before. Bayern Munich, would you put them in? They won their league. I would consider Bayern Munich in there because they got knocked out in the quarterfinals, I think it was, against Bayern Munich. And it was a very, very close affair. In fact, I think Bayern Munich should have won the first leg, and that's what really cost them. Other teams, Craig, can you think?
I mean, I'm going to immediately discount the Spanish teams because they aren't what they used to be.
Well, Atletico Madrid won the league.
They ain't what they used to be. He ain't what they used to be. No, they're not. They're just... And Atleti, I refuse to acknowledge them in the top 5. I love Atleti, but it's a tough one. I mean, the Premier League's the strongest league. And Juventus, no, I wouldn't put them. And they didn't even win their own league this year. You're looking through Germany. Okay, Bayern Munich, I agree. I think they're sensational. I think they were, very unlucky. Other than that, you're really looking at the Premier League. You're looking at Manchester City, Chelsea. Granted, I agree with your argument that Liverpool shouldn't be in there currently because of the season that we had. But outside of that, I'm struggling. I'm looking
well,
around.
Maybe there is a case for a United or a Liverpool to slip in there, because if we're not, and I agree with you that Spanish teams should not be in the top 5. I know Real Madrid beat Liverpool, but Chelsea beat them quite comfortably in the semi-finals. They didn't win their domestic league. Barcelona should not be in there. Atletico Madrid, well, got to the Champions League. You could put Atletico Madrid in there because they got to a Champions League. No, they didn't get to a Champions League semi-final. It was Real Madrid. So they got knocked out in the first knockout round. No, I'm not putting Atletico Madrid in there.
They did win La Liga, though.
They did win La Liga, but I thought Chelsea played them off the park in those 2 games. And I agree with you. I think the Spanish football, I mean, look at the Spanish national team as well. It's crap. So
he says, put me on the Spanish game.
Well, tomorrow. They could win tomorrow. French League, look, PSG maybe. I think Bayern Munich have got to be in there because they did get to the final last year and they won it last year, and they've won their league again. And I think Bayern Munich, really, PSG was quite a close affair. The only other league that we've not spoke about is the Italian league, which was won by Inter Milan.
Who weren't even in the Champions League, were they?
I don't know where they were. I think they might have been in the Champions League, went down to the Europa League and got booted out.
Oh, they did, yes. Were they in the group at Atalanta, if my memory's right? No, Atalanta were playing in the San Siro. Were they in the Champions League? That's how uneventful they were in it, if they were.
They disappeared from somewhere, Inter Milan. The live chat will tell us, but they disappeared from somewhere. I think they were in Dortmund's group in the Champions League.
Oh, I think you're right.
And they were in quite a difficult group. Maybe Barcelona was in it. Bottom of the group in the Champions League, so they didn't even go to the Europa League. There you go.
So that's a no then.
That's a no from them. We're talking about best clubs in the world. You've got to take into account your European form to be in the best top 5, I think. You can't just be about your domestic league.
We're going to have to do it, mate. We're going to have to slip PSG in there, and it kills me.
Well, I think we've got Chelsea, City, Bayern Munich, PSG, but then the 5th club is really interesting.
Yeah, there's no standout contenders. Yeah, it is a difficult one. This, I mean, I'm not
putting Lille in there. I know they won the French league, but I'm not putting Lille in there. There's definitely nobody from the German league that deserves to go in there. We've just discounted Serie A, and we're saying the same about La Liga. So really, it's probably Atletico Madrid, or you've got to make a case for United or Liverpool.
It just goes to show, though, the strength of the Premier League, that immediately, we had 2 of them in there, 2 finalists, and deservedly to be in the top 5 as well, I think. I mean, what Thomas Tuchel's done at Chelsea has been very impressive. But it is, God, every day I wake up smiling, the birds chirping, knowing that Pep Guardiola hasn't won Manchester City a Champions League. It just feels like there is justice in the world.
Yeah, I agree. But I think if United had won the Europa League, I think they would be in there. I do. But they didn't. So I can't. I can open up the debate. So we've got Chelsea, Man City, Bayern Munich, and PSG as 4 of the top 5 clubs in the world at the moment, based on performance on the pitch. We're now having a debate. Villarreal, says Sarah. I mean, come on.
United buying average. Let's be honest.
Yeah, United made them relevant, and I maybe that's what pushes United out of the debate. But we did finish second in the league.
Go with Atleti then. Will we stick Atleti in, because they're very consistent performers in Europe as well?
Yeah. I think it's between Atleti, United, and Liverpool. And I think with United not winning the Europa League, and with Liverpool, not really having a good season themselves, I think it has to be Atletico Madrid, which is difficult because I find it difficult to put a Spanish club in the top 5, and maybe somebody would different. So who would be, who would be the best in the world? Would you put it Man City or Chelsea?
I'd probably stand over Bayern Munich.
All right, okay. I think it's a shame Bayern Munich didn't get past that PSG game, because the first game, the game in Munich, I can't remember what the score was. Somebody in the live chat will know. But PSG basically scored on the break. I think it was 3-2. I think it was 3-2 in the first leg to PSG. And PSG seemed to score on every attack, and Bayern Munich just couldn't. They should have.
I could be wrong. Was Lewandowski out for one of those ties?
He was out for both of them. Yeah. I think he was out for both. And they had a couple of injury problems, but they should have won that first leg probably 5-3, 6-3, and they lost it 3-2, which is always difficult. Yeah, it was 3-2 to PSG, and they had no Lewandowski. So, yeah, I think you've got a good case for Bayern to be number one. Personally, I would say, as funny as it sounds, I think Man City are probably the best team in the world. But I'm more than happy that you can say you could say Bayern. I don't think it is Chelsea. I just think Chelsea. I think Chelsea have had a fantastic season, and people would say, "Well, you've got to put Chelsea there." I haven't. It's my opinion. And if Chelsea is your best team in the world, I totally understand why. But I do think, and it even makes me even happier to say that Man City are the best team in the world, and they still didn't win the Champions League. That makes it even better for me.
I do think Chelsea deserve immense credit, though, for the way that they finished the season and the way that they went about their business very efficiently. Very German-esque. I've been very impressed with the way. I didn't rate Tuchel too much as a manager, I have to be honest. I always thought that he was a bit suspect, a bit of a B-Tech Klopp, but he has really shown tactical nous throughout that league campaign and the Champions League run.
Yeah, definitely. Bayern are the best, says Mihir. A lot of people sort of agreeing with that. Thanks everyone who's been getting involved in the chat as per usual. We have got England coming up. I will be live for that. Very excited. I've got the shirt. I've got the tracksuit on. I would have had the shirt on, but it was absolutely roasting on Wednesday. It was so hot. Today it's cold. I had to go and put some jeans on. They were in the loft. I'd thrown them away on Monday. I said, get in the loft, jeans. You won't need you till August.
What are these jeans thing you speak of?
Don't you know what jeans are?
No. They're not tracksuit bottoms or pyjama bottoms. I don't know what they are, mate.
Oh, right. Okay, that's why. Yeah. But yeah, I've had to put trousers on because it's too cold. Not too kill, it's too cold. So what do you think is going to happen in the second half?
I think Croatia have no choice but to come out and have a go. They really have to have a pop because they don't want to be banking on trying to get a best third place team in the group. And to go from World Cup finalists to possibly get knocked out in the group stages of the Euros is it's not a great look for a team that, you know, is aging, granted, but probably people expected them to come in second in the group behind England or to fight England for the top spot. So I think they have to open up in the second half and they have to roll the dice a little bit.
They could almost be the Croatian Turkey.
Do you know what it could be? It could be because we had such a crap season with Liverpool. The fact that they're basically wearing our away kit could be affecting things here. You know what I think? That I've mentioned this a few times, and I will take credit for it. I think there is a massive issue in this tournament, and I saw it in the Europa League as well. It's a lack of quality strikers at a certain level. You don't really see it in the Champions League because obviously the Champions League are the better sides, but in the Europa League, United got through a lot of games where, I mean, AC Milan at Old Trafford played us off the park, and I think it finished 1-0 to us, or was it 1-1? I think it was 1-1. Yeah, they did score. They scored a late goal. It was 1-1. If they'd have had a striker, they probably would have won that game 3 or 4-1. And we played a lot of teams like that in the Europa League who, yeah, they can knock the ball around nicely, but they've got nothing in the final third. There's a few teams in this tournament that are like that, and Croatia are definitely one of them. We've seen Spain like that. Real quick then, before we get going second half, top 3 strikers in the world right now.
The 3 that came into my head without thinking: Lewandowski, Haaland, and Kane. I
mean, it's hard to argue against.
I always like to chuck out an opinion, then think it through. Lukaku's just come in there, but you know, sometimes you're right when you just go with what's in your head.
No, I'm sorry. Lukaku has been really good. I'm not knocking the lad, but you know, he's no. If he's top scorer in Serie A, doesn't mean that anymore to me. I think you probably got that right. Haaland seems like a real talent. Harry Kane, you gotta have him in there. The man is. I love the way he's reinvented his game to include assists, and
yeah,
Lewandowski is a goal scoring machine. And you know, he broke the all-time goal scoring record as well, didn't he, this season?
Well, somebody just said that there are other candidates. Benzema. Cristiano Ronaldo's a number 9 now. I mean, I think
Benzema, really? Is that a serious comment?
Benzema. I like Benzema, but you did say goal scorers, didn't you?
Yeah, number 9 strikers. Like, I mean, he's a good player. He's excellent, but he's not a goal scorer for me.
I think, to be honest with you, the only one I would seriously considering putting in there, and I probably don't do it because he's remodeled himself. Ronaldo probably should be in there. I'd probably put Ronaldo over Haaland, to be honest with you, because that I'd feel happier doing that, because I think Haaland's a fantastic player, but I'd still put Ronaldo. I'd put Ronaldo in the top 5 players in the world.
Did Ronaldo finish behind Lukaku? No. I didn't pay enough attention to the Serie A.
Ronaldo was top scorer.
I love that. That is the sign of a great player, by the way. I was only saying this the other day. I expect Mohamed Salah to do that next, to reinvent himself as someone that plays through the centre. And we've seen it with Messi, who's dropped deeper. We've seen it with Cristiano, as you've said. But yeah, you can definitely make an argument to put Ronaldo in there. He certainly knows how to put the ball in the back of the net.
Well, I would, because we did this the other day. We did top 5 players in the world. Who are the top 5 players in the world at the moment? And Messi and Ronaldo were still in there. So if Ronaldo's in the top 5 players in the world, therefore he's a number 9. So he's got to be in the top 3 strikers in the world. And that's what he is now. I think that's why people forget. Cavani's good. Yeah, there's a lot, but I don't think there's loads of them. Aguero's not the player he was. I think he would have been in that debate a couple of years ago. So yeah, I would change that. My initial thought was Haaland, Kane, and Lewandowski, but I'd probably just drop Haaland out for Ronaldo. And I agree with you, Craig. I think Kane gets as many assists as he gets goals now.
It's such a shame he's at Spurs for himself, isn't it? Like, he really deserves better.
Well, I was joking on Twitter today. I mean, Spurs, they just can't get their man. Sharon Butcher FC, she can't get her man, and Spurs can't get their man. And I think that maybe here's an idea for Spurs and Daniel Levy, if you're watching, I know you do. Offer Harry Kane the player manager role. He might stay.
Might as well.
He might stay. He could be the new Kenny Dalglish. How old was he when you gave him the job?
Gattuso. He failed at Napoli. What was he? 17 days at Fiorentina. And now they're bringing him in.
Can they not go back? Can Spurs just not go back in for Conte? Because that was the one that excited me. And I know, look, I've never been that fan. Spurs or I don't really like it when Liverpool or City do it. But, if Everton when Everton got Ancelotti, probably different for you as a Liverpool fan. But when Everton got Ancelotti, I was genuinely excited. I was like, that's an exciting manager coming into the Premier League. And again, Spurs they're an inoffensive side. They never win anything. So it doesn't really, when they had Pochettino and they're doing quite well, I was like, fair play, as long as you don't do it against us. Croatia down the left-hand side here. Perisic. Oh, what a goal! Sit down!
Oh,
sit down,
nice finish, that.
Sit down, Boldometer. Goldometer is in town.
That's some strike.
Get in.
Get
in. Your ass got whipped. That was.
I love the way you're more concerned with having a pop at me than celebrating a magnificent piece of footballing ability. Well, go back to that narcissism comment again there, Mark. Go back to it again. We'll reevaluate.
Perisic. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's one of the goals of the tournament. That is magnificent, that is. You've got to say it's a good goal.
It's a magnificent goal. I mean, he cuts inside onto his right boot, and the rest, as they say, is history. He just puts the laces through. Keeper should have done better. I'm seeing it here, mate. Why did he go fists? Why did he go with the fists? He's tried to open up your hands, mate. Use your full fingers.
Oh, what a prat. Yeah, it's a lovely goal.
God.
It's a lovely goal, but he's gone like that to punch it, and if he'd done that, he saved it.
First thing you're taught as a goalkeeper is this.
Tyson Fury. Bloody Tyson Fury.
W. Yeah. Make the W. That's ridiculous. A great finish, not taken away from Paris. It's not his fault the keeper threw his fists at it. But here we go.
1-1. The reason we'll do it again now, you got a chance to come back, Craig, but the reason I'm happy is because Craig's nicked the goldometer and called it the boldometer, and he was predicting that Czech Republic would score the next goal.
Your chat
and I said
made
Croatia.
That, not me. I ran with it, granted.
I said Croatia, that's why.
So it's 1-1 then after my Czech Republic one for the opening goal.
Oh, yeah, you can have that one, definitely. Who's scoring next then? I'll let the guests go first again.
I tell you, I'm going to go with my early
prediction.
I'm going to go with my early prediction. Oh, hang on. I'll just wait to see this attack's over before I open my mouth.
I just want to wait. I just want to see if Czech Republic score, and then I'm going to say them.
Come back to me the 89th minute. No, yeah. I'm going to go back to my earlier prediction for the game. So I predicted a 2-1 win for Croatia. So therefore, I'm going to go Croatia.
I actually do think Croatia will score next, but in the interest of competition, I will go with Czech Republic. Because I do genuinely think it could go either way. In fact, I'm glad you've said Croatia. I'm going to go Czech Republic. But my score prediction was 1-1, so I win either way, really. But I think that Czech Republic will score next because, to be honest with you, I still don't think Croatia are very good at creating chances. And to be honest, the keeper should have saved that chance. I mean, Craig is absolutely right. He thinks he's in a boxing ring. Why he's trying to punch a ball that if he puts his fingers out, he saves it?
I don't get it, mate. I really don't. It's just all kinds of wrong with that from technique point of view.
But even if he does punch it, which he doesn't, I mean, it's a bit like watching bloody Floyd Mayweather against, what's his name, Paul, isn't it? Fake boxing. Because even if he does make contact, it could skim off your knuckles and go in anyway. Get your hands behind the ball.
If he went to the modern day fascination thing that with one keeper bringing his arm across with a one-handed save there, David De Gea-esque in a way, I think he'd have saved that. No, it did move quickly. It was almost past him, in fairness, before his hands even went up, but it was a strange dive. But it does open up the game for us now. And again, Croatia, would they take a point here, do you reckon, and sit back and then think, okay, we've got Scotland, you know, we could beat Scotland, 4 points will put us through, most likely.
A draw wouldn't be a bad result for either team, really. But I think Croatia will want to win it more. From Austria's point of view, sorry, Czech Republic. Sorry if you're tuning in a bit late. I've constantly linked. I always have mixed up Czech Republic with Austria. I always think one's the other and the other's the other. But Perisic is rolling back the years here. It's a lovely cross. Oh, they got it rid of it.
That's not about. He was linked to you for the longest time, wasn't he? Particularly on the Mourinho. He is a Mourinho footballer, isn't he?
I wanted us to get. He's one of the players. You know, actually, if somebody said in the last 5 years, what transfer do you really wish you'd got? God, I could write a book on it. But Fabinho is probably the one. But Perisic would definitely be in my top 3 because we were so interested in him. Mourinho really wanted him. Inter wanted 45 million and United wouldn't go above 40. But what I like about Perisic is that he's just so good at getting across in the box. And United, even now, I think Jadon Sancho will hopefully solve that problem. But United's wide players, they're wide strikers, they're not creators. And that's why Perisic, I think that's why Mourinho wanted him. Oh, good shot. Souček.
For me, it will be Christian Pulisic. I would have loved him at Liverpool. Really would have loved him at Liverpool. And I mean, to me, it ticked every box for us. It ticked the marketing box from the American point of view. Yeah, that's the one for me that I feel got away.
I don't know who the Paul brothers are. Jake, Logan, and
there's just Jake and Logan, I think, isn't there? Well, they're the only two I know of, anyway.
Sarah Gomez says the Czech Republic will score next because they've been creating more chances and Croatia haven't been that consistent. So I think the Czech Republic.
Oh, look, he's going to tripping himself up now.
Well, they're just trying to get the ball to Perisic now. He's obviously that's obviously the chance, isn't it? That's obviously the tactic. Get the ball to Perisic. He's on it. I don't know where Perisic is now. He was at Inter, then he went to Bayern Munich on loan. I don't know whether is he back at Inter now. I haven't I'm a big fan of Italian football, but I've hardly watched it this year.
I can't bring myself to watch it. When I do, I feel like everything just happens in the last 10 minutes in a lot of the games.
Yeah, he's still at Inter Milan.
Here we go again. Oh,
that's what I love about Google. He played 32 games in the Serie A. 4 goals and 5 assists. It's not that great, is it?
He's a workhorse, though. That's one thing I will say from... He does get up and down that left-hand side. This is one of them games that I've been really interested to see if there was a full allocation of seats. Would it have sold out?
Yeah, no. No. I mean, I know it is sad actually. I suppose you're probably a little bit like me. Because I don't have the audio on. when I'm doing watch-alongs. I'm used to watching football without the audio, and I can watch it and I'm fine. People always say to me that, how do you watch football without any audio? And you just get used to it. But because of that, you can really focus in on the football, and I don't really notice the crowd. But
it's also great because we don't have to listen to the dull nonsense that a lot of the punditry is about these days. Some of it is shocking. Although Annie McCoy's a breath of fresh air.
I can't really get into these debates because I just don't listen to football with commentary on it. Because I do, most of the games I watch, I'll do a watch along for. So
I usually try and watch them back late at night.
Yeah, a lot of female presenters now as well.
Yeah, Stephanie Roach doing really well on RTE. Got engaged recently as well, so congratulations to Stephanie. I grew up a few doors away from her. So yeah, great to see her on. And yeah, some great female pundits. Some really good insight. I mean, the Chelsea manager, I can't remember her name, but she is an excellent manager. And just, yeah, it's great to see so many female pundits now in the industry because they certainly bring a lot to it. They add to the conversation.
Here's a blast from the past. Totally Warhammered says, does Dunphy do punditry in Ireland anymore? He must be retired now.
Yes, he's retired. They've Richie Sadler in, who's a younger version, basically, of Eamon Dunphy. But I loved Eamon Dunphy. Nah, Bill, nah. He's spoofer, Bill, nah. He's brilliant.
They're all dead. A lot of them are dead now, aren't they, career-wise?
Johnny Giles still gets wheeled out for the occasional bit.
God.
Bill O'Herlihy, John Giles, Liam Brady and Eamon Dunphy were the dream team in any country. They were the best set of.
Has Liam Brady stopped doing it now as well?
Nope, he's still doing it.
Cross comes in. Oh, cleared away. One of the jobs I did, actually, I was just starting there, and we all got introduced, and one of the people starting on the job at the same time as me, I won't say what job it was, but people will figure it out, was Johnny Giles' son. And so basically, we were out on a night out, and somebody said, because quite a lot of us new starters at the time, and they went, this lad over here, he's you never guess who he is, because they knew I liked football. I was like, who? And he stood there, and he was, it's Johnny Giles' son, because you lived in Ireland, didn't you? I went, yeah. I went, that's not Johnny Giles' son. And he went, I am. I went, you're not. So I've got Johnny Giles' son. He's telling me you're not. Do you want to know why? I'd had a few beers. You're not Johnny Giles' son. And he was like, I am. I said, do you want to know why you're not? And he was like, I'd love to know. Because Johnny Giles is on telly all the time in Ireland, and you haven't got an Irish accent. So how does that work? And he said, because he flies over. He's lived in England for years. I was like, all right, that makes sense. Do you want a pint?
Yeah, touche.
But it's like he didn't speak any Irish at all. And I was like, no. He's always on the telly. He says, yeah, he spends a lot of time over there. But
I could be wrong on this, but you live in Ireland. Do you remember Lifestyle Sports? No. It'd be like a Sports Direct type. Like, I'm sure that he has shares in that as well. Johnny Giles. Did you watch much of the Irish punditry when you were over here? Did you see much of Dunphy and Giles and that on the TV?
Yeah, I used to watch it all the time. Yeah.
It's so refreshing, isn't it, compared to the you got me looking at stuff the other day. You were telling me about runners delivering stats and all this stuff at half time. I seen the boys on RTE the other day. It was I think it was Richie Sadler and Kevin Doyle, and they were sitting there with their bundles of paper live, like not even trying to hide it anymore, just reading it off these sheets of paper.
I mean, I've done it. It's been a while ago now. There was a time where, and they'll do it again. Oh, lovely cross, cleared away. Croatia pushing now. I think Croatia want this win. Modric headed away. Here's Perisic again. He's in the same position. Headed away. And they'll get rid of it now. There was a time when like the mainstream media sort of was, like fan media. They were sort of like, there. Come on to Sky or BT for 5 minutes, And I went down there one day. It was transfer deadline day. I went on Sky. And so I've done that in proper Sky. What I would say about Sky Sports is, you almost, it's like meeting your heroes. That, you watch it on Sky Sports News and it's look, and then you go down there and actually it's just a load of glass offices and everything like that and a small corner where they're on and then everything like that. It just blows the illusion. But yeah, it's really interesting because you've got these earpieces in and you're chatting away and you can hear what they're saying. And I've actually been on a few YouTube shows like this as well, where you've got these headphones on and they're in your ear and they're going, talk to Mark about Sancho to United. And then the presenter will go, so, Mark, what's your thoughts on Sancho to United? And you almost want to go, you're only asking me this because he's just told you to in the ear. This ain't natural. This isn't like, I've only got this in my ear so I can hear you. That's, I haven't got someone going, oh, talk to Craig about what drink he used to drink when he lived in Ireland.
Call him another bald flag. Call him
The views are dropping. Call him bald again. Yeah.
That's shocking, isn't it? And another thing I heard about is I could be one of these people, mate, that spends hours on a train or whatever, going down there, hanging around for 2 minutes. So you know, like for your 2 minute slot or whatever. Like I couldn't do it.
Matthew McFadden says it's like Vince McMahon in the commentators' ears of WWE. Yeah, I just like to do it naturally. I do. I mean, I also think that I'm not just we've got a free kick here for Austria, Czech Republic. I'm never going to get over this. Half an hour to go, 1-1. It's been an interesting game. Probably a more interesting chat. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We've got the big one coming up.
What was that, Roddy? Sorry, hang on. What was that, Roddy? Tell Mark he's good. No, I won't be doing that, Roddy. Don't be silly.
But let's just see what happens with this free kick, and I'll try and remember what I was talking about there. England lineup leak. Yeah, that will be coming out soon. We'll discuss that. I'll see if we can find it actually online. But I've seen it. I mean, I used to think that fan content obviously gets its criticism, but I think it's the interesting thing about this fan world we live in is that it's never happened before. Oh, headed over the bar from was it Schick there? Or was it the centre back? No, it was Schick. It's never happened before, so there are no test cases to what will happen with it. And what's actually happening with it is that certain outlets just that are popular get bigger and bigger. And the problem is they're not really what's the word? Sync 61 and 10 seconds, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 61 and 16 seconds. It's not like the BBC or Sky where they'll have producers and people sort of saying you can't do this, you can't do that. So what we're seeing at the moment in the fan industry is a lot of mistakes, a lot of people doing things that they really shouldn't be doing. And we all know what those events are. And if you don't know, you don't know. That's fine. I'm not here to start talking about those incidents because they're none of my business. But I think that in this industry, it's becoming a little bit interesting as how far is that line going to get pushed? How many more times are those things going to happen before it goes too far? And also,
I think it's gone too far, mate. I'll speak up on this a bit. Again, I won't be singling anybody out because people know these type of scenarios, but I think it has gone too far. I do. I think some people get away with a lot more than other people do, because of minions attacking. So I've made a mistake on Twitter in a while. I picked something up wrong. I don't want to redress it, and I apologize because I was wrong, which any decent human being would do. But it's thrown at me every time. It's the one thing I've done wrong on there. Whereas I see other people who are constantly doing stuff in bad taste, let's say.
And then they're back live the next day like it's never happened. Get a bit of stick and then they're back live the next day and it's like, oh yeah, it's a new stream now. Let's carry on.
That's one thing I can say from kind of stepping behind the door a little bit in your setup and the way you guys work. I've been very impressed with the professionalism of everything, the thought that goes into it. It's kind of backed up what I believe to be the case, to be honest with you. Yeah, certainly a lot different from the way we do things at Anfield Agenda, obviously. But no, it's been impressive. It's been good.
I just think as a platform, whatever people want to call it, these like fan channels, which I don't even like that term, I do think that it's in danger. It's in danger of cannibalizing itself. I see it all the time, and some people won't even know what we're talking about here. But it's in danger of it cannibalizing itself because it's becoming gimmicky. What people used to do naturally, they're now switching a button on to do. People are. I saw it. Somebody said to me yesterday. They showed me a clip of a celebration for a Holland goal yesterday. I was like, no normal person celebrates a Holland goal like that. Like they don't. They're celebrating.
Unless it's your country, yeah.
Yeah, but they're celebrating it like it's a last minute winner for their club. And it's like, you know, what are we actually here to try and be credible, you know, real? Because that's what fan opinion is all about. It's about being real, because it's not the same as having a script put in front of you. Basically, are we in danger of becoming scripted? And because people are overreacting in relation to, and I've seen it with fan cams as well. Look, I'm guilty. Our channel's got fan cams on it, but I've seen it. I've been to Old Trafford. I mean, Man United fan cam. Kev's in the chat here. He will note this as well. There's been a couple of times we've said to Kev, "Come on a fan cam," and I don't know whether you know how it works at United Stand, but there's a certain place that we stand, and people know we're going to be there, and people wait to come on. And Kev said to me, "I've waited, and it's just mad. It's manic. People are just absolutely, you know." And I didn't get the eye of Flex or whatever, so I just went home. And I've been there. I mean, I don't go to lots of games because obviously I do the watchalongs, but I've been there and I've watched it firsthand. I've done mine, and then I've watched it, and people are like, it's like they're baying with blood to get get me on, and then they come on and they're like, yeah, well, fucking Ollie, you get Lukaku or whatever player, and it's like, is this really somebody giving a football opinion, or is this now about, I've seen somebody from another channel do it and they've had a big career from it, so I'm just going to be loud and leery? And I think that in general, that's my concern about this whole media, because I know that's how the mainstream media view it. They view it as, you know, we've heard people like Simon Jordan on TalkSport talking about fan channels, saying that, you know, they profit from losing and they're just doing it for drama. And I think actually you could argue that is in danger, if it's not already happening, that there's enough data there to know what gets you, what works. And then if you start looking at that data, then you start to become scripted. And that's what I mean. You know, if you are watching, you know, North Macedonia against whoever, and North Macedonia score, and you're celebrating it like it's a last minute winner for your team in a cup final, something's wrong. Do you want me to
summarize that up for you really quickly? You are spot on. I agree with everything you said there, but it's the cover up for a lack of charisma. It's as simple as that. You either have it or you don't. Some people have the personality to do it and do it right, or you don't. And you are right. There are things that are put out there to make a pound note, and I don't agree with it. We've had these conversations off air. I was at times angry at first and said certain things when I started in this industry, because you're thinking, you can get noticed this way, you can do this. But as you grow into it, you kind of realize that you have a responsibility to other people coming behind you. And you have a responsibility to try and make fan content as entertaining as it can be, but also not just YouTube beef and rows and arguments.
I think also as well, you got to be honest. You got to be honest, because I know who all the people are in this industry who are, not being honest with themselves. Let's say you could call it something else, because I've met most of them off camera. And I know what they're like off camera. And then I see them on camera and I'm like, nah, I've been in crowded places with you. You don't act like that. But also, from my own personal point of view, I know that if I wanted to, I don't even know what the word is. It's not even about views or anything. But if I wanted to be a little, get a few more clips on YouTube or on Twitter, I could just do a video going, Ollie's a twat. He's useless. Get him out of my club, this, that, and the other. Easy. But I don't do it because it's not actually what I'm thinking at the moment. There might be a point when I do think that, but I don't think that at the moment. But yeah.
I find it intriguing how many websites, channels and stuff like that are actually interlinked but don't publicly release that they're interlinked, so they're all working in little groups. I like to do a little bit of digging on stuff like that to find out who's working with who and why.
Well, I knew that when I first came. I mean, we're boring probably people now, so we'll talk more about the game. But just very quickly, just to close that down, you lot probably don't ever need to know this, but I found it out very, very quickly. United Stand has always been, independent and always will be independent, and there's no media companies or anything like that getting their hands on it, and that's never been the case. But my oh my, these big Twitter accounts, these big Facebook accounts, these big YouTube accounts, the amount of them that are owned by people behind it that you never know. You never know.
A lot of the giveaways, a lot of the great giveaways are when you have to agree to the terms and conditions, and you see the same media companies across You know, when you go on our cookies and stuff, you've got to accept cookies. When you go on there, that's where you see it a lot of the time.
You've got people out there pretending that you know, look at me, I'm Mr. Independent, and actually they're owned by a bloody media company. But it's not my job to say who those people are. It's not Craig's job. It's just because it can come across as bitter and bitchy. But yeah,
one thing I will say
is the worst. Twitter's the worst.
I've never known you to be bitchy or moany about other people. Never. For any of our conversations.
Stay on for the England game, you'll see.
No, genuinely, I've never, towards other, influencers being the wrong word, but other creators. I've never known you to be bitchy or moany about them. That's one of the reasons that I was naturally drawn towards you, is that you've got a personality type that I see as honest. And I also really appreciated how you seen your own flaws and changed them, because you said at the start there, you used to be far more confrontational, far more openly anti-Liverpool in an aggressive way to some extent. Yeah. And I noticed that change, and we've had this conversation before. But look, let's get back to the football.
Because just very, very quick. That was sorry, working whilst also tweeting. That was because when I first came into this industry, and it's a good game here at the moment, we're not really having many chances, but both teams are trying. I wonder if they'll get to a point where they just, sit on a draw, like Craig says. But when I first came into the industry, I was a Man United fan through and through, and I still am. But what I found, which really opened my eyes, good cross, keeper's got it though, Czech Republic got it, was that I thought I could tweet something about United and all United fans would just go, yeah, fair play. And what I found out, which I'd never known, I've been to Old Trafford loads of times before I did like Twitter and YouTube. I've supported United, most of my life. And I'd never knew about the United fan toxicity. And then you go on social media and you're getting like pelters, dogs abuse from your own fans. And it just made me think, here I am getting into arguments with Liverpool and Arsenal and Chelsea fans. And to be fair, I still do it with Arsenal fans, who doesn't? And I'm like, but there's fans of my own club who are actually more vile than Liverpool fans, or than some Liverpool fans. Not, there's vile Liverpool fans, there's vile Chelsea fans. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to use the mantra, rivals, not enemies. And I've had that mantra for about 3 years. And I just find it, I'm a Man United fan. I love Man United. That's what I am. But I don't need to be. And there are still some people like that out there. They just won't entertain saying anything positive about anybody else other than United. But for me, it's made it a far better journey, just being able to just treat people as rivals and not enemies. Because you're going to disagree with people, aren't you? But mainly that just comes from the division within Manchester United's fan base, which is quite appalling at times.
I just think that we all love the sport. It's what drew us. We fell in love with the game. We have our own clubs.
It's a go. Oh,
how did we miss that?
I don't know. What
Perisic again, was it?
No, it's not Perisic. I couldn't see his name. I didn't recognise the lad. But they ended up with a 3v2 in the actual box, and he gets his shot off. He's not far off, actually. He's probably hit it. He's hit it quite well.
Taking a bit of paint off the post, that one.
Yeah, just over.
Oof.
Just missed that. Yeah, I haven't seen an England leaked lineup yet, and I really thought we would have done. Don't know why. I think Croatia are looking more likely scoring here. They're really pushing into the box again. Bit greedy. Still got it. Falls over into the keeper's arms.
You get the feeling we're going to see a third?
Don't know. I think it might be 1-1, to be fair.
1-1 does set both teams up rather nicely and put a bit more pressure on Scotland.
Yeah.
Here we go. Changes. I'm coming on here. I'm coming on for the Czech Republic. I'll tell you what, there's an awful lot of peroxide hairdos at this Euros. Was it Romania that went full on blonde for a tournament a while back? Could be a few years ago, but I'm sure it was Romania. Something
Sorry,
weird
mate.
about that shot of Schick celebrating his penalty goal with blood just trickling down his nose.
Well, he got the goal. I said he'd get the goal.
Kremerich on for 4 Schick, actually, who's gone off. Oh, no, actually, it couldn't be me. He's actually bald. So, I'll take that back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. I read the back of that Czech player shirt there, Borrell, taking the throw in, and I read it as Bovril, which would have been a very interesting name, to be fair. Referee signal, folks. We're about to get back on. Oh, they're winding up for the throw in. They're going full on Rory Delap. It's nodded away. Chance for a counter. No, they messed it up.
Just looking at that. Sorry, I was just off there. So we've got this new lad, Levin, on the show, right?
Oh.
This is absolutely exactly what we were talking about, and I didn't even know about it, right? So I've just gone onto my phone there, and I've been one of the lads has just shown me something on Twitter, which is why I went quiet there. So Levin, who's he basically did an audition to come on the channel. He sent us a video, and he's done really, really well. He tweeted, "Proud to announce I'll be joining the United stand." Right?
Yeah, I congratulate him for that one.
Yeah, you've got Top Reds into his replies, slagging him off. Who do you support? Are you a Forest fan? This, that, and the other. It's just like he's a young lad who's coming on a fan channel and deserves a shot at doing it. He's done one show, and you've got people in his replies who are old enough to be his dad. Top Reds, just straight in there, and and this is not about. And people tell me this is not bullying. This is not about if your face doesn't fit. They've never met the lad. They probably didn't even watch the show he was on. He's just said, "I'm joining the United stand," and he's got Top Reds old enough to be his bloody dad going in on him. I mean, and that's not bullying. That's not bullying.
These people don't have the courage to put himself out there like he just has. Put himself in front of a camera and give himself a try.
I've got no problem, Craig, with people not liking fan content, but going after somebody who's not even really done a show yet because they're going to be on the United stand that you don't watch anyway. I mean, do they go and dig out bloody the presenter of the one show that they don't even watch? Oh, we've got a new presenter on the one show. Oh, fuck off. What's your background then? What did you have for breakfast? No, they don't. So what has somebody? It's just, I can't even find a word for what it is. There's some actually quite serious words what it actually is, but it's just disgusting. Apparently, no Grealish for England. Has anyone got the team? Yeah, just give Levin some support on Twitter. He's at Levin2K. Give him some support because these knobheads is what I would describe them. Absolute knobheads. It's bullying.
A few little exchanges with him. He seems like a very nice guy.
I just don't like bullies.
Most of the time, mate, when you stand up to them, they just run away, and they need hunting packs, don't they? Because they haven't got the courage to front up themselves.
Yeah, so the England team is out, and I pretty much think that I can confirm it. I don't know where it is out. Have a look. Let me just get an official look at this.
12 minutes to go here, folks. Both teams going to want a winner. Croatia pretty much guarantee their passage through with the win, although 4 points might do it. At least we've got the weather for it so far in the UK for the tournament. It's been nice to see the sun shining almost every day at the games.
I don't know where this team is that people are talking about. Apparently, Luke Shaw is in it. Luke Shaw starting, which is good. I can't see where it is. Apparently, it's on the Euro app. I just want to know who the centre back is. It just Luke Shaw and Reece James coming in, and it's the same team, basically. I can't find it on Twitter, mate. I've been on Twitter. Twitter's failed me.
Oh, Modric with a bit of space here in midfield. Croatia on the counter. Perisic out there in the left wing waiting. Although they go right side.
There we go. Okay, so Stan Collingmore's put it out. Pickford, James, Stones, Mings, Shaw, Rice, Phillips, Mount, Foden, Kane and Sterling. I mean, that's obviously his preferred attacking team then. No Grealish, no Rashford. Southgate prefers Foden and Mount over Grealish at the end of the day. I really do. I mean, what as an Irish person, Craig, obviously you've got no allegiance to anything. You probably don't like Grealish, actually, do you, much?
I don't really. I understand why you made the decision at the end of the day, but yeah, it did sting. I won't lie. There really some great stuff. But I think if Southgate doesn't use them in the important games in the knockout stages, when you've got somebody who can do something that other people in that squad cannot do, with Grealish, I think it will be the thing that will be used against him mostly to knock him down if England don't do well. He's probably the on-form player as well. But it is about getting results and it's about getting to the final. So if you win every game 1-0, who cares as long as you get there? But it is a little bit disappointing as a neutral because you see the amount of attacking talent that England have, and then you see 2 holding midfielders pretty much in every game or 2 deeper lying midfielders. And yeah, you wish that sometimes he did let the reins off a little bit. But maybe he just wants to keep it tight tonight against Scotland, and he knows there's some early pressure coming his way.
Yeah, so the England team is Pickford in goal, Reece James at right back, Luke Shaw at left back, Mings and Stones, Phillips and Rice, and then the same front four of Foden, Mount, Kane and Sterling. I mean, I still think it would be good enough to get the result. It's a bit of a shame Grealish isn't getting a chance, but Southgate's never been great with Grealish. And
did Sancho go on the bench for this one?
I don't know about the bench. I don't know whether he's changed the bench. I'm glad he's got Luke Shaw at left back, though. I mean, and I'm also glad that he's played Reece James at right back. I'm not a fan of Kyle Walker, really. Leighton Orient right back with speed, but Croatia coming away again here. 10 minutes to go. He's
3-on-3. Oh,
they've wasted it now. That's it. Sancho has made the bench. Saka's not in the squad today. Says English Stacey. Thank you. Walker, Saka, and White not on the bench. Maybe Kyle Walker's injured then, because he wouldn't go from the starting lineup to out. So yeah, Kyle Walker's obviously injured.
I've seen you have a little. Did I tell you a little tweet about Ben White? I mean, I've been bigging him up for a good while. He's a central defender I wouldn't have minded Liverpool looking at one point. I really do rate the guy.
Silence from Goldbridge. No, I don't rate him. No, he's not what United need. United need a Van Dijk. They don't need a Ben White. We need a world-class centre-back.
So you're all in on Varane?
Yeah.
What about Ramos? Would you take him?
We won't get Ramos anyway, but I mean, Ramos is going to be better than any centre-back that we've got, of course, but it's very short-term.
I mean, Thiago Silva did quite well in a short-term thing, and he got another year over.
And I'd say Ramos is better than Thiago Silva, so I think Ramos would do well for like a Man City or a Chelsea or a PSG, going into a team that basically probably can win the Champions League. But coming to United, we're probably not there yet. So, a short-term fix for a team that's building doesn't really work, I don't think. So a draw in this game, 7 minutes to go. A draw in this game would put Czech Republic through because they'd have 4 points, and 4 points will definitely get you through, considering third-place teams are going to be going through with 3 points. So Czech Republic would go through. Croatia would be fine as long as they beat Scotland. They'd go through as well with 4 points. So, I mean, we say you're going to get teams going through with 3 points. I would imagine that's the case. But of course, there might be a number of teams who have 4 points who are third place. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out.
So what's the best route for England the way things are shaping up then? To top the group, and you've got a difficult last 16 there, don't you?
Yeah, I think actually for the next round, you're better off finishing second, but you can't play to lose, can you?
No, you certainly don't want to be playing to lose now, but you can rest players if you've got 6 points.
I mean, ultimately, if Croatia have 4 points and we've got 6 points because we've beaten Scotland, we could basically sort of invite Czech Republic to beat us. But then the interesting thing is you wouldn't be playing at Wembley in the knockout stage. So yeah, we might play Portugal or France or whoever, but it would be at Wembley. Mark, do you like Keo crisps? Says Jenks. I don't know. I don't really remember them. I just used to eat hunky dories and.
They wouldn't have been around when you were in Ireland. They're more of a few years thing. I'll send you some. They're the best crisps in the world. I'm not even joking. They're hands down the best.
Are they posh?
Yes. Yeah. They are. They're very, very, very nice. Very nice crisps.
What sort of flavors do they do? Standard or?
They mix it up a little bit. You've got some truffle as well. They do that type of stuff. They do turkey and stuff at Christmas. You've got your cheese and onion, your salt and vinegar, the steak, all the usual ones. But they're made by Keogh's family who've been making grown potatoes in North Dublin over 100 years. And in recent years, they've decided to expand and they start cooking crisps in small batches. And they're amazing. They really are amazing.
Well, Jeff, I'm fucking fed up at making these fucking potatoes. Let's make some fucking crisps and make some fucking money.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a whole theme park now for Tato. You've been to Tato Park yet? You've been over to Ireland? Oh, you have to come over and go.
Do they still make hunky dories? Because the buffalo flavored hunky dories were just elite.
They're still there. Still doing their thing. They are a good crisp, to be fair. The buffalo flavor ones are top tier.
Tell you what, I used to get into. We've got 5 minutes to go here, but here's a story about chocolates. I used to get into arguments with people in Ireland, right? Because you go in like Irish news agents or whatever you call them in your country. There's always loads of crisps and loads of chocolate. And the funny thing is, Cadbury's chocolate, if you're English, if you go to Ireland and you go in a shop in Ireland, look at how many different brands of Cadbury's chocolate bars there are. There's loads, isn't there, Craig? They do all sorts, like butterscotch, whatever. Now, Cadbury's is UK. It's from Birmingham. That's why dark chocolate is called Bourneville chocolate for Cadbury's, because Bourneville is a place in Birmingham where they make, and that's where Cadbury World is. But some Irish people wouldn't have it. They'd be like, no, I've been to England. Your Cadbury's chocolate selection is crap compared to here. And I'd say, it is. I don't know why, it is. You've got loads of
bringing the Aussie bars over now. They sell them at B&M. I don't know. We have a version of B&M over here, but they're now importing some flavors from Australia and selling them some Cadbury's bars now.
Yeah, I think Scott's right. There must be some sort of Cadbury's factory in Ireland, because they do have.
There is in Coolock.
Yeah, they have a massive range of different chocolates that you don't get in England. Craig, do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Says Daniel Kirk.
Of course, yeah.
I watched 2 episodes of it and I just couldn't get into it. Is it a slow burner or?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I really like it. It's
3 minutes to go.
You don't need to think when you watch it. It's one of them. Do you know what I mean? If you want to switch off and just have something easy for 22 minutes.
It's going to be quite a quick turnaround. I will be live on the England watch along very, very quickly after this one. So it's been enjoyable with Craig. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And it's I don't know about this game. I think it's been okay, but it's felt a little bit like a group Euros game, hasn't it? It's been a bit. Oh! We should have scored.
That's an awful connection.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
We'll just call him Not Mandzukic.
Yeah, Not Mandzukic. I mean, he hit it all right, and it did deflect.
Took a deflection. Yeah, fair play. I'll give him that. So I've got a corner. Maybe a late one.
Yeah, Czech Republic could be in trouble if they lose this, because they'd only be on 3 points. Then they have to get something out of England. Modric. Oh, headed away. But no, as an England fan, I'm quite happy because we beat Croatia, and Croatia and Czech Republic have been quite equal. So that means that Scotland are going to be shit. It works. Czech Republic were way better than Scotland. We were better than Croatia, and Czech Republic and Croatia are the same. So therefore, England are going to smash them. Zed Jamie says the England team's out. Yeah, Pickford, Reece James, Stones, Mings, Shaw, bada bing, bada boom, Rice and Phillips, Mount, Foden, Sterling, Kane.
Do you rate Phillips?
I'm not convinced with him at international football, but what I said is he could be a breakout player. This could be a tournament where he breaks out and it's like everyone wants him. Was definitely man of the match against Croatia, so let's see. I think Declan Rice is a fantastic player though, because look at Souček this season. If you're playing in the pivot next to Declan Rice, he lets you get forward. He does such a good job at a specialist CDM role, Declan Rice. And Phillips really did prosper with that. Well, we scored because of him. People are asking me what the Scotland team is. Scooby-Doo in goal, Scooby-Doo at right back, Scooby-Doo at left back, Scrappy-Doo at centre. I don't know.
All you need to know is Andy Robertson's in there. That's all you need to know.
Andy Robertson at left back, Scott McTominay. He's playing somewhere. Duncan Ferguson's up front with Ali McCoist. You wish. Colin Hendry, he's coming out of retirement to play at centre back. Stuart McCall. Can't think of any other Scottish players. Kenny Dalglish. The famous number 7. He's putting number 7 on. Scooby-Doo.
That's Strachan, I see.
Yeah, Strachan. Gordon Strachan. Gary McAllister. He wants to miss a penalty at Wembley again. Yeah.
No. He did pinch 10 yards and score a beauty against Everton that got us into the Champions League and made them lose their mind. So Gary McAllister was great at us. Yeah, he was brilliant.
Christopher says, Goldie and Craig equals success. Love the talk, but glad I'm watching the game. Keep the good side. Hope Mark can convert Craig from the dark side eventually. Never going to happen.
Of course, it's not going to happen. But, you know, that's football. It's a neutral ground.
It is. Everyone's welcome on it. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to have a quick toilet break.
Now. Quick few rumours. I've made it onto page 1 there, Mark. A few rumours.
Page 1 of what? Oh, yeah, page
the
1.
List.
Yeah. Not for the Happy Hour podcast. I can confirm.
Clearly not. No,
you're not even in the book yet.
I know, yeah.
This will only help you, though. This will only help you. The bigger your profile, the more chance you've got of getting on the Happy Hour podcast. To get on there, you've got to have a story to tell. You know, you need to get.
I have a story. My life has been. I mean, get the tissues out. You thought Pieface had a story to tell with Cat Stevie and getting that, mate. Trust me, I'll save it for the big show. You know, when I'm on a big show.
Valen says, I sent in my submission for the United stand. Any chance you guys are still looking for someone else? We've watched everyone, Valen. That's what I would say.
What he's saying there is you were shite, mate.
It's good a super chat. You can't say that.
I don't see any of that money. I can tell you say what I want, mate. I can be honest.
You're being paid to be on here. Don't bloody pretend you're not.
I'm not on a super chat ratio though, so you know, I'm on a flat fee. I'm only joking, mate. I didn't see your video. I'm sure you're a lovely guy.
He's bottled it now. No, we've watched everyone. There is a shortlist, mate. So you may still get contacted, but obviously.
Put it this way: if I can worm my way on here, there's always a chance. There's always a chance.
Look, he is the prime example of anything's possible. He is the pin-up of the X Factor generation, where anybody with no talent can make it onto YouTube.
Kardashian money
with me, which is probably not classed as making it. To be fair, we're just on YouTube.
Sex tape dropping soon.
Anyway, look,
it's over.
Big up to Craig. Thanks. Really enjoyed having you on, pal.
Pleasure. Really enjoyed it. And good luck tonight to everyone, to both sides.
It absolutely physically impossible for me to do a watch along for England with anybody. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, do it with Craig." Okay, no.
I have to say, I'm contractually obliged on my channel to do it for our sponsors.
I get proper stressed with England. Probably not as much as United in a big game, but with England, I do get proper stressed. You're going to see this in about half an hour, but I do get proper stress with England. So
mate, the fun I'd have winding you up.
Yeah, this is it. Great. We'd fall out. It's the only time I don't do banter is when it's real. But look, we're in negotiations to maybe do a Man United Liverpool one-off sort of thing next season. So we'll see. I think we're playing you in October actually, so we'll see what happens with that.
Let me know.
Anyway,
Well, let me know when you need me in these negotiations, will you?
Yeah. No, I'm in negotiations with myself as to whether I actually would do it. I've got to get it in my own head first. I do talk to myself, obviously, because I'm a narcissist or whatever it is. I just spend time looking in the mirror going, you're so beautiful. You're so brilliant. Tell me more stories.
Don't care about anybody else.
Yeah. Anyway, look, thanks everyone for watching. We're back very soon with the England watch along. In fact, the live chat's already open for that. Thanks to Craig.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I'll see you soon. Probably about 10 minutes, something like that. Speak to you in a bit.